Wait, do it now! And that's how we're gonna start it.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper! I gotta still do the
Yeah.
clap. The clap has to happen. I don't care how many governors there are. There's actually only one, and he's best man. But we're back now a little earlier than normal because life happened, so our bi-weekly game's gonna go back to back for this next cycle of Wrath of the Righteous. We are, in fact, Tempy-less today. We are healerless, which is wonderful, as we will be running straight into the lair of the vile and the vicious. It's been a real crazy weekend, a real crazy week for Black Dragon Gaming, as I think right here and now only Jason knows, because Jason was there when it happened. But there's been a lot of moving and shaking going on. So if you haven't seen the announcement video for that, it probably comes out today. I'm going to put this live tomorrow morning. So it's either going live tomorrow or like Monday, depending on how quickly I can make a 3 Dragons map, more or less. But we don't need to worry about that. We need to worry about getting our now level 2 boys a hero point. I need a D3. This D6 will turn into a D3 if I shout at it. Not 2 D6.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, you just yell at something until you get your way.
It's like critting on an intimidation roll.
Precisely. D3. Shabam! Reading left to right. So that means Grazik is first for that in-character reflection for that hero point. As I remember what Chief Sue sounds like. Anyway, continue.
In-character reflection. Well, I guess mostly all I have to reflect on is our little prisoner situation with... I keep forgetting the crazy dwarf's name.
Milorn. Sounds like Milord, but it's a little crazier.
Now, you did mention before that, technically it might not go inside with what Grazik would be taught about, purging the weak, but he also does come from, like, the tribal community he comes from, it's very family-oriented. They cherish, like, tradition and, protecting one's kin. So that is kind of that, because of that, Grazik might have been a little bit sympathetic towards Delvin. And for that reason, Grazik is willing to give him the benefit of the doubt and see what happens with this crazy wizard dwarf.
Crazy wizard dwarf. And since we have in fact gone to level 2, I want to set a precedent for my holy characters, specifically my paladins. Tim's not here. Tim doesn't get to weigh in on it, which is good, because I feel like as sarcastic as Tim is, he'd cause you to fall. But really quickly, as I load up Opsu's Paladin code, I'm going to read that off for the squad on YouTube, and also mainly for Jason and Adam, and every level, if from like here forward in my games, if you are a something or other that receives that something or other from a deity, we're going to go back and check their like Paladin codes, domains, alignments, etc., and if anyone in the party or myself feels that the character has strayed from it, we'll start doing like a strike system to make sure we stay in roleplay. In any case, Opsu's Paladin code. I am the talent of Opsu's wrath. I strike where I am needed, but only when evil has been unmasked, and there can be no doubt of my enemy's malice. When my purpose is unclear, I will walk the roads of the world to find a fresh focus. I almost tripped on that one, but I didn't. Every road leads to a new beginning. Nothing is worth sacrificing my life for, except protecting the lives of others. I will retreat when needed and come back to vex my foes once again. Mercy is offered, but only once. Should I be betrayed in my moment of kindness, I will not stop until I have put my enemy down. It is not enough to slay evil and carry on. I will spend the time necessary to help those I've protected to fend for themselves. Does anyone at the table feel like Grazik has deviated away from his Paladin code in any way, shape, or form? Going once.
Don't
Honestly, no.
Going twice? Okay, cool. Grazik retains his
a lot of
Paladin code.
information, but I don't think so.
It is indeed a lot of information.
Right.
I'll probably put it in, like, I'll make a pin somewhere in the Discord. But we will be checking that. Make sure people don't fall from grace and things. But for now, the hero point is yours. Next,
All right.
a D3. Shabam! And we're going in order. Delvin, you're next.
Okay. Well, the biggest thing for me is the same prisoner issue. And Melvin, or Melord,
He's kind of a
I'll just
Melvin.
call him Melvin.
He is kind of a Melvin.
And that entire situation, because yes, I'm trying to be a good dwarf, and I feel a little bad about having that touch of deception in there in dealing with him. Because, complete honesty, I figured that one way or another he needs to be taken back up to the surface so his brain can be picked for what knowledge there is there. But, you know, it's also something that I would have done for him anyway, because he down here is not really survivable. He's in a bad situation here. He's not going to get any better unless he gets help. And he can't do that whenever all he has for companionship are his night mantle brood.
Indeed. Fair enough, a little bit of redemption, a little bit of get that information out of his head. A little bit of Tommy has to come up with what's going to happen to that poor guy who I imagine most Wrath characters just showed up and sucker punched to death. In any case, the hero point is yours. As always, Jason and Kieran, take us home.
Not so keen on him being around as him being, of course, what's his nugget?
I believe
Malorn.
you mean Malorn. Yes, I forget the name too. He's a Melvin. I want to call him Melvin. Melvin is not his name.
Because we figured out that he is, if not a demon worshiper, a demon-like experimenter. And it seems like he enjoys pain for the sake of pain. So, very little, trying to think of a Christian word.
Very little sympathy.
My level of give a damn can't really go a whole bunch lower.
Fair. Okay.
If he makes it out. I think we made a little bit of progress with Fat Man. Orgus.
I was going to say, which Fat Man? There are now two of them.
Because I think he, if nothing else, he realizes he needs us. And we take him to new trading opportunities if he's smart enough to use them. And, yeah, we'll see where we go, because it's going to be interesting.
Indeed, fair enough.
That's for sure.
We have got a direction
you know where out is now, yeah.
Higher.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. The hero point is yours, and... Well, were you going to say something else? I'm sorry.
We just have people to go kill.
Why, yes, you do. And at present, the chief of the Mongrelman tribe that you've run into claps his gross, fat, tumory hands, and as he does so, the flab of his forearms also claps. There's a bit of a, like, almost like whop, pop, whop, whop, as the grossness flaps and flails all over the place. And you guys are brought, as a table is brought into this room by 6 or 7 Mongrelmen. It looks edible. As Horgus sees it, his face goes a couple more shades of paler than a human should be able to pale. As this table is sat down, and the chief just, now eat. And he, after saying that, promptly picks up a fish about the size of his right foreflap, I'll call it, ew, and just into the fish.
I keep imagining like it's a lot like the dinner scene from Temple of Doom, where they just bring out a whole bunch of like they bring out like a platter of like beetles and like a roasted like snake and the monkey brains. Is that the same situation going on here?
More or less, yeah. The food seems edible. It doesn't have a particular odor about it, and so our Vashniel makes his way to the table, blind as he is, and begins like kind of stabbing the what's passing for a plate down here with his fork until he finds a meat type thing and boop, boop, in and chews for a little longer than you would, but seems to keep it down. Horgus is still just kind of like, he sits down and he just kind of waits for people to not be looking at him before shoveling food off the side of the plate onto the floor.
Are any of these fish the luminescent ones you were talking about earlier?
Most likely, although the glowiness has gone out.
Because I really wanted him to have an illuminating dining experience.
I need to watch when I drink around Jason. Oh, I feel like my nose a little. Delvin can have a second hero point. Well done.
It's almost like that was planned.
God dang it. This isn't going to become a reoccurring thing, is it? Just making puns?
But Jason, kind of.
Yes, the audio punishment will continue.
Of course it will.
I'll try to eat, though. Well, let's be honest. Delvin's eaten worse.
That's fair. There's not necessarily a chair for Delvin so much as there's like a barrel has been brought that's big enough to support Delvin's girth and bulk as he sits down.
Either that or I'll just sit on the floor. That'll put me about closer to eye level for the rest of them.
That's also true. I see a perception check from Kieran.
Do I see what Horgus did?
Do you see what Horgus did? Yeah, you do.
I will grab some more fish and fly over to him, carrying it along, and go, "Here, it looks like you are hungry."
I'm good. Thank you, little one. You put it on my plate, and I'll take care of it. Thank you so much. And as this happens, the room that isn't the party turns his direction, and somebody, one of the mongrel men, kind of leans a little too far this way, and so sees the growing pile of good food that is laying on the floor. Stands up and quietly makes his way over to the chief and whispers into his ear tumor. With his mouth tumor. The chief looks in Horgus's direction and just... Execute him! There's an awkward silence as all the mongrelmen turn Horgus's direction. Horgus gets up and begins moving for the door.
Whoa.
Do you not understand what humor is, surfacer? And he begins his loud, flapping, fatty laugh that echoes all across everywhere in the room.
Okay, I don't like this guy.
It was a joke!
Force laughed.
Funny joke! A bit of, blackish phlegm comes up.
I'll laugh to the point the stuff on the walls rattles.
And it's a wonderful, joyous time.
I would be laughing, but Grazek is probably shoveling fish after fish into his mouth.
Yeah, it tastes a little different than what Grazek
Delvin, Delvin said he's probably eaten worse. Grazek growing up in the swamp, he's probably used to just eating haunches of giant alligators and roasted giant swamp bugs.
Matter of fact, this basically raw fish is a little overcooked for Grazek's taste.
Exactly.
Did I end up going with it? No, I didn't. I switched to a cat.
No dwarf came in.
No.
It's just I prefer my fish when it's still squirming, but this is okay, I guess.
We do too, lizard, but... Well, looks over at Horgus. I wouldn't want to frighten him. As Chief Soul tries to, stage whisper, basically, and he knows what he's doing as his arm flap comes up to, point it at your direction, but all the room hears it. Raucous laughter continues. At this point, Anivia has sat down and is just kind of quietly eating out of sight. Milorn sits next to Delvin, does the same, seems to not really mind.
Sure.
Actually, no, I take that back. Milorn's probably really hungry. Milorn's been eating nothing but dark mantle babies for a very long time, and now here comes a plate of cooked food. He pretty ravenously digs in lots of bits of, like, meat and the, like, kind of still glowy, but mostly now fungi that serves as the, like, and potatoes section of your meat and potatoes meal hang in his beard.
I love it.
I guess I'll just go for the potatoes section.
Okay. Understood. I didn't realize Kieran was a vegetarian, but alrighty.
I'm not 100% sure yet, but random mutated fish is probably no.
Fair enough. Okay, sure.
Yeah, it's fair.
Sustainable vegetarian I'd probably more be along with, just being first worldy, and that seems to be a first worldy disposition.
Yeah, that makes sense. I could also see the mega carnivores from the first world too, because everything from the first world auto reincarnates when it dies. So sustainable meat is everywhere.
Now here comes the real important question for the dwarves here.
Okay.
Mushrooms.
Why, yes.
Mushrooms.
Because if you read any of the background stuff, dwarves are crazy for mushrooms.
That is true.
So, do they have anything good here?
Yeah, it's the stuff that makes the mushrooms glow. When you pull the thing out the ground, you're essentially killing the mushroom. So it stops its ability to project light, but it still has a kind of faint, for lack of a better way to describe it, tingle spice. Almost like what were they? Pop rocks. That's what I'm trying to say. About like that, right? You put it on your tongue and it begins to like pop and fizz.
It just starts fizzing and...
But also has a faint spicy taste, as if there was like jalapenos mixed in, almost. About not like it tastes like jalapenos, but like that level of spice. Not so much that anyone's going to keel over, but there's a bit of a kick that kind of bounces all over your mouth as the poppy effect pops off everywhere.
It's got that like zest to it.
Yeah, sure, you got it.
This sounds good.
That sounds spectacular, actually.
Are you all anime watchers?
I'll do it again.
Of current animes?
I'm not of current.
Occasionally.
Okay. Has anybody seen that time I got reincarnated as a slime?
I have not.
I've seen clips of it.
Okay. Well, so I go to sit down, and like I still have my fish, and seemingly from like behind me or like my shadow, a full-grown cat just jumps out and starts eating the fish.
Oh. Okay.
Ah, I see our second course has arrived. As Chief Soul continues, just like biggest fish on the table, picks up, bites, seems to not care about the fact that there's clearly bones there, swallows down. A couple seconds later, a loogie with bones sticking at odd angles, not obviously souls, but the fishes come out and onto the ground.
I was going to ask him if I could finish it afterwards, but now that he loogied all over it...
We can add Owl to the mix.
Yeah, we can, can't we? Gross.
I mean, we could, but why?
Because he's doing what owls do.
You just made a pellet.
He did indeed.
Yeah.
Oh boy. What's Anivia doing? Is she just kind of like keeping to herself, you said?
Yeah, just quietly eating by herself. She seems to at least tolerate the food. She's not going ham like the Mongrelman or God, now I can't think of his name either. Milorn is,
right.
But she's not like afraid of it either.
All right.
Aravashnial has started to pick up the pace. He's figured out where his food is and has realized that it's not going to hurt him.
Good enough.
Did he cast detect poison and All that good jazz.
Just several cantrips are pinging all over the place.
Bing,
Detect poison, detect magic.
Detect fiendish presence.
Detect fiendish presence, detect snares and pits, detect everything else, then
Detect
bite,
food poisoning.
detect taste.
Purify food and drink.
Yeah, that's one. Bring your cleric.
Prestidigitation to enhance the flavor of the food.
Yeah.
Make
That
sure
is one
it's
of the
right
effects
temperature.
of prestidigitation, right?
Yeah.
Like it enhances flavor.
Yeah.
Make it taste like something else. I guess on that
That's-
note, Tempe also sits on kind of over by where Anivia is, quietly eating.
All right.
That's actually, I was scrolling through magic items, and there's one for cooking, and it has prestidigitation as a crafting requirement. And I just sat there and looked at it like, what?
Seems accurate.
The cleaning spell for cooking starts reading prestidigitation. Oh, cool.
Yeah, dude.
In any case, the meal goes by pretty swiftly. And considering there's a lot of people at the table eating, as the meal ends, the mongrelman manservants take the table and hop, 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 hop back out from whence they came, carrying it. The chief turns to the lot of you.
Out of character, because I don't exactly remember. Did we get promised men?
Yes, you did. You
Okay.
were, if you can clear out the bad tribe on your way back up to the surface, the mongrelman will help retake Canopus.
Okay, so did we get men for the clearing?
No,
Or is that all on us?
that's all on you
I
guys.
guess that's on us.
Because at the moment, all of the other tribes outside Neathholm are assembling here, and that's what Sol's men are doing.
Right. Okay.
Combination of protecting Neathholm and run, go, grab folks, bring them back.
I guess then I'll bring up to him, is there any way we could have at least one guy who knows the tunnels?
Make it a bonus
Because our old dwarf is
check. Big.
hashtag useless. Why is it? Go.
Go diplomacy!
Button. Why you no button? I may have broke it.
Oh, good job.
Oh, no.
You broke Fantasy Grounds. What's your mod?
I don't know.
Well, you've rolled an 18. So there's probably enough there that Soul likes you guys. And he looks around, looks at all of the people assembled, and echoing across the room and out into the foyer and out to Neathholm at large, there's just a line, and he quickly scurries back in this mongrelman that you saved. Escort the uplanders through the tunnels. Find a place for... He points 3... Well, no, he doesn't. He points 3, but the tumors on his hands make it out like this. 3 fingers at the direction of Anivia, Aravashnial, Horgus. Horgus. That's creepy. I don't know why that one creeped me out, but this didn't. Find a place for them. Take him. He now takes this finger and this finger that's cocked this way and this thumb that my hand would break if I tried to do it, but it looks real awkward, pointing at Milorn. Take him to the prisons.
I'm gonna look curiously over at Delvin if he's okay with that. I'll be interested in seeing his reaction.
Indeed.
Yeah. Chieftain,
Yes.
his life is under my protection.
You wish to take him with you?
No, but I ask that he not be harmed unless he seeks to harm others.
I see. How noble of you. Clap, clap. clup, 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 as the fatty flaps flap back and forth into each other. Man, this NPC is grossing me out. Please convert to evil. Kill him now. We will keep him safe. And as he does that, another pellet, as they truly are, comes out, this having like an eye, fish, kind of lolling lazily in the pellet, staring up. Kieran's cat moves over and bats at it.
Thank you.
And I think
in Dwarvish, I will tell Malorn, they are going to take you. They will keep you safe until my return.
I'll say Malorn's name in Undercommon.
He looks over at you.
Good luck.
Malorn hears what Delvin says and feels a little reassured, then looks over at the little rainbow flyboy and just, good luck. And there's a chill down his spine as he is escorted away. As all this is going on, Tempe looks over at you guys and just, I need time to commune. I'll catch up. And she makes her way out as well.
Okay.
You guys have all the time in the world to rest here, if you would like. I have a Sylvanchi token prepped from 3 Dragons for Ross's Mystic Theurge's familiar, which we'll use as the cat for Kieran on the board. But there are shops here. There are, again, safe places to rest, safe places to re-prep spells and things. Or we can head out.
Let me just a second to look at my sheet.
Okay.
I would like 8 hours to reload magically.
Gotcha.
Sure.
I need infusions to give my stuff out, right?
Yeah, there's an alchemist discovery.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I can't help them.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that seemingly not populating? Okay, that's why it's not populating.
In any case, sounds like 8 hours are going to pass. The Magus is going to reset his spellbook.
Right.
Yep.
I guess at the shop, I forgot that I'm still toting around 2 heads right now. I figured I'd probably want to go to a shop and maybe like get some like rags or maybe some salts to make sure that these things don't start rotting.
Okay.
I mean, Grazak won't mind that because he's used to raw meat, but the other companions probably won't.
Okay, that's right.
They'd probably appreciate it that I don't have 2 rotting skulls on my hip.
That's fair. Okay, so you head down to the shop. There actually is... She doesn't come up anywhere in the lore, but the town does have a seer who, as you go to head out, there's this old tumoury mongrel woman who seems to have become one with her gnarled staff that has a dead... Might have been a fish at some point, might have been a person, might have been a raven. It's really hard to say, but it's clearly the head of it, jammed on top of this staff. Not unlike a...
Okay.
Imagine, if you will, Resident Evil 7's Crow Key. That kind of thing. And leans forward and holds out her hand and just, "You stink, Jerry!" And she, in 2 castings, casts Gentle Repose twice on the heads.
Oh. Okay. So that'll make sure that the heads don't rot then?
Exactly.
Okay.
No more than they already have, but they haven't really. A couple hours.
Grazak would ask her how long that's going to last for.
Well, let me check my SRD, sweetie. I don't remember. I don't normally cast this. I don't need it. It lasts for 3 days.
Oh, Well, in that case, that should be enough.
It should
Maybe.
indeed. And she,
All the same, he'd probably still want to buy like a little bit of salt and some rags, because realistically, he doesn't know how long they'll be stuck down here.
makes sense. Okay, you're certainly able to, for like 5 copper, pick up what you're looking for.
Does she have weird? I tell her that me and my compatriots are going to be going out to find your treacherous clansmen, as ordered by your chieftain. What other parcels or things do you have that might be of use to us?
Make a diplomacy check.
Sure.
Interesting.
Well, I believe the chieftain has given you everything we can spare. You know, there's lots of scary things out here in the tunnels with all our boys going out to find all our other warriors and bring them here. You never know when a spider might come and we might need to heal ourselves.
I'll tell her I have money if she has anything that she's willing to part with for gold.
How much money? As she immediately lights up, her tirade about keeping everything for the rest of
I
the
have
tribe
about
drops.
35 pieces of gold.
35 gold! She pulls out a... It looks like it might have been a bit of a fish's spinal cord that has been just like out, one vertebrae, rather, to form a ring. It radiates a soft blue light out to like 6 inches out of the ring in all directions. 35 gold doesn't buy magic items, sonny! Puts back in pocket.
Okay. I mean...
As this conversation is going on, the head of the thing on the staff, you're sure it's not moving, because why would it be? Because it's clearly dead, but you definitely feel like you're being watched. And as you kind of move over a little, it seems
That's great.
a little this way.
Okay. Grazek's getting a little creeped out. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have to be magic. I mean, do you have any just miscellaneous, like, equipment, gear?
Oh, you could go to our shops!
Okay. I guess I'll do that.
And as you say that, she slams the butt of her staff on the ground, and the sound kind of sounds like a weird underwater thing, kind of like a of a human and kind of like a of a bird, all together in one as it just echoes at you. She looks a
Okay.
little upset.
Grazek knows when to take hint. Grazek will leave now.
The
Crazy skeleton staff lady.
seer pets the head of the thing on top of her staff, and it begins to purr, coo, caw at the same. I don't even know what that sounds like. At the same time, in an awkward 3-part harmony, as you turn away and she walks back.
All right.
As she walks back, I'll just look down at her and say, "Thank you, grandmother, for your help."
She looks at you, smiles, and nods. The staff does as well.
I just whisper in Draconic, she didn't offer much help. This one actually frightens me more than the others.
She whispers back in Draconic, "Good," and then continues walking away.
I Right.
It's a fine day to go out and figure out what all they have. Just going through equipment, anything.
As you guys are looking through equipment, they have a purchase limit of 1,000 gold. Usually, you can probably find every like basic equipment-y, adventure-y, non-magical-y thing here, but other more like if someone has the money for a +1 longsword, it might be a little harder to find. Again, rope.
I don't think any of us have that just yet.
Okay.
We do have our chain shirts that we could trade, but I think, Delvin, you wanted to keep those?
I think you did something with those.
I had wanted to.
I think those chain shirts will become a chain mail, if I remember correctly.
I just wanted to make it big enough for me.
Sure. Yes, indeed.
So was that a possibility? Or...
Yeah, that was. Let me go back to the folks, because I want to say they didn't have chain shirts. They had chain shirts. 2 chain shirts together with a little bit of blacksmithery can make a large chain shirt. Yeah.
Okay. You want me to roll on that?
This place lacks the proper tools to like you have your stuff, but there's no forge here, and it would take quite a bit of time. You certainly could try.
No, I'll stick with what I have then.
Okay.
So we can sell. Grazak, do you have a backpack?
I do, actually.
You can sell your backpack. Here's a masterwork backpack.
Oh. Okay.
You guys have a pretty good reputation in the town, so you're buying. We'll say you're buying at 100, but you're selling for 70. Percent, of course.
That's
really
pretty good.
Done all of this beforehand. I didn't even think about it.
I don't
even know how much my mundane backpack would be.
Not much. We actually talked about that last night when we were talking about our Final Fantasy game, and now I don't remember.
A backpack is 2 gold.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
So it will sell for 1.5.
1 gold, 5 silver. More or less.
Right.
Tommy, how much is my alchemical goop?
Which goop specifically? I believe there were several goops.
I have 3 alchemical goop, 3 alchemical regurgitations, and 6 snake venoms.
Okay, I think that came from the maggots. Yes. Okay. Make a craft alchemy check. We'll say.
That is that button. That's not very good.
It's good enough. You unstopper the thing and you into the smell of the maggot goop, and it dawns on Kieran that it smells not unlike the fish did, which implies that something from the maggots is used as some kind of like seasoning or cooking oil or the like.
Yum.
Yum indeed. That said, you probably could get perhaps like a gold apiece, which is a lot more than you would be if you were selling them for like Eye of Newt-esque reagents.
Yeah. And then the 3 regurgitate potions.
The 3 regurgitate potions, those came from quickly running back through everything we fought. Wasn't the maggots, wasn't the cockroaches, wasn't the venom. Was it the cockroaches?
Maybe it was cockroaches?
I feel like cockroaches don't have the ability to spit at people. They're the rare Mendevian spitting cockroaches, don't you know?
Maybe it's not the cockroaches. It's copied directly from something.
No, I believe you have it. I just don't remember where it came from. Okie dokie, we're doing a look. Did not come from the maggots, did not come from the cockroaches or the viper or the fly? Giant fly? That seems to be possible.
Yes.
This seems to be the most logical. Okay. Another craft alchemy check if you would. I love having alchemists in squad. I get to play with stuff so much. Ho-kadoki, how many of them do you have?
3 of them.
Okay. So, if you were to mix all 3 of them together, by themselves, they're not that acidic. It'd probably, it would hurt, but it wouldn't hurt a whole heck of a lot in this state. But if you were to mix all 3 of them together, you could make a pretty potent potion. I'm very surprised I didn't trip over that. I don't necessarily want to say an acid flask, because that's boring. Let's say What's that? That looks fun. No, never mind. That's a specific thing for an archetype. I'm going to put acid in here. Acid. Vial. Nope. I need a good alchemical something that this can turn into that isn't just necessarily, here's an acid splash. Hooray for you. Chemical weapons. Let's see what we can dig out here. Oh, of course. Dust knuckles. That makes sense. Get out of here. Alchemical tools. Okay, yeah, these look fun. Give me a... Nope, don't roll me anything. That's perfect. You would be able to, using all three of these, it'd be worth about 12 gold. Turn into what usually is made with taking a amalgamation of like nausea-inducing herbs and things, known as a vomit capsule. To use it, you bite it and ingest it, and basically this will immediately induce vomiting. It lasts for a full round, mechanically, in which time you can take no other actions. It doesn't have any, like... It won't sicken or nauseate anybody, but it will cost someone 6 seconds if they eat it. No save.
That's if they eat it.
Indeed. It's worth 12 gold.
Alright, well, Kieran, you gotta have some dead-eye aim with that slingshot, then.
Oh, God. That would do it.
Just pinpoint accuracy right down somebody's gullet.
Save it for when you fight a hill giant, fly into its mouth, just... Kobe! And then immediately get out of the way.
Or better yet, wait for
throw
me
an
to
entire
grapple
pill bottle
it.
of those in there.
Or I can just sell it.
Or 12 gold, indeed.
Is it 12 gold or...
Yeah, it's worth 12 gold. You get 70%
9
of
gold.
it. Yeah.
Okay, and that's 3 golds. So that's 1.5. And half of 1.5 is 7.5. So 2.25.
Do you have the ingredients for alchemist fire by any chance?
Not on me, kind of. Probably. I don't know. I have an alchemist kit, so probably.
Yeah, Alchemist Fire is kind of the... Though his archetype doesn't get bombs, he certainly would understand how to make it.
Alright.
Right. It's a non-magical alchemical item.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
9, 10, 11, 25. That seems good. Can we unbend this fishhook?
Yeah. Delvin certainly could with pretty little effort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should keep that in case we get stuck. 10 feet of badly frayed hemp rope. Can I sell that off?
Yeah, totally. Half of whatever rope goes for. And then 70% of that half.
Marine treated hemp rope. That doesn't seem right. Oh, rope is hemp rope. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a half gold.
Yeah. And then 70% of the 5 silver, basically.
I really wish that they had... I could buy something like the spider silk bodysuit off of them, but I don't think we have that much money.
You probably don't know. Those are real nice.
I'm not sure if it would suit your style, though. Just kidding. Now I'm just imagining a giant dwarf wearing like a giant spandex suit.
Once upon a time, we had a necromancer that had a spider silk bodysuit, and it was similar jokes.
So,
Right.
5 times 75.
Hey, as long as it's not a electric blue leopard print Speedo, you know.
There you go. Just roll in full Borat.
Jesus
Giant
Christ.
green thing. Got him!
Jesus.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one.
8 was 9.
Okay.
Oh,
Enter.
well, Kieran, unless you can make it, or if you'd rather just not spend the time for it, I would want to see if, like, that crazy, like, wise woman lady, if she had any, like, alchemical, like, items. I probably have enough for maybe at least, like, an acid or, like, an alchemist fire or something.
You certainly could buy alchemist fires here.
Alright.
There's enough certain kinds of flora that exist this far down that when stepped upon will kind of, in the same way that you bite it and it pop rocks in your mouth, in the wild you step on it and it makes a loud bang, and there's enough people down here who can weaponize that.
Sure. Alright.
Any chance I can get a long spear for my size?
Probably not, no. You could get a long spear that is treated as a... Well, that's awkward. Does it become a one-handed reach weapon for you? You being large? You would take a penalty to swing in with it, because it's awkwardly sized for you. But you could get, essentially, a really long sticker.
Well, no, if I'm going to do that, I might as well use one of the glaives from the now dead fake Iomedean Crusaders.
That would also work quite well.
Copper brooch.
Glaive's a real nice weapon.
Because if I need a little bit of range, and...
That would be a lot of range for you, for sure.
Well...
I mean, you've already got 10-foot reach already because of your size, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but...
But if he wants that 15...
So...
It's the difference between I can get attacks of opportunity for more people.
Delvin, indeed, is like step one of building the combat reflexes build. Be a big boy with a reach weapon.
The Punisher build.
Indeed, you got it.
Yeah.
So, last things that we have are the mini spear statue, the hood ornament of the progenitor.
The hood ornament of the progenitor.
That's how it was described.
Indeed. Hang on one sec. Let me dig it out here. That came from
that
the Lord.
sounds so terribly Aldous Huxley, Brave New World.
Indeed, it does. It's worth 75 gold. A chipped 6-inch tall marble statuette of a humanoid throwing a spear. This statuette is worth 75 gold. And then you get 70% of.
Which is 56.25. Okay, so I can delete that. And nobody wanted this light crossbow?
Nah. I mean, unless one of the NPCs wanted it. But...
They did not. One of them is blind, one of them has a bow, one of them's liable to hurt themselves if they were to take it.
Wait, wasn't that,
That was...
Malorn's?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
That was his crazinesses.
Your craziness. Indeed.
Man, I am feeling my neutral with tendencies towards lawful and good. Those tendencies are starting to hurt right now.
Ah, my tendencies. Oh.
So that's
Yeah.
6 silver pieces, which is 0.6. So 45 for the 6 bolts. Looking through everything, we have a bundle of 12 arrows. We will give those to Anivia.
Okay.
She has more arrows. Yay.
Yay!
And then the 6 snake venoms.
Which are worth... as they stand... Actually, you probably have stats for those somewhere. In like a poison table.
For DC 13, frequency 1 per round for 6 rounds. effect 1d2, cure 1 save.
1d2 what?
Con.
1d2 con. Okay. Let me take a
Yeah,
look at it here.
They're kind of rough.
Yeah, they aren't bad. I imagine we have specifically somewhere in the chart. No, we have large scorpion, we have giant wasp, we have purple worm, we have spider. We'll call them as no, we won't. Those are 150 gold apiece. Oh, they're. We'll call them.
I'm fine with that.
To be honest, they're probably worth quite a bit because a small centipede poison, which is once around for 4 rounds, doing 1 dex, cure 1 save, is worth 90 gold. So these, since they're hitting con, I'm gonna say they're worth closer to 100. Always milk your poisonous snakes, kids.
That's what I heard.
Indeed.
So that's 600 gold.
Mm-hmm. 70% of course.
So that is 450. And I will get rid of the 6 venomous snakes because I may be a torturer, but that seems evil.
I do, in my games, poison is not explicitly an evil act. It's an issue of how you use it. In the same way of, like, stabbing someone may or may not be an evil action. Stabbing an innocent person, bad. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question, do they have any armor in my size?
They
Light?
do not. Even the chief, despite the chief's impressive girth and flab, is a medium creature.
I apologize for having to do this.
No, you're totally fine. The time has come to do a selling.
Oh, I would
Maybe
buy
you could get a shield?
You certainly could pick up a... actually, there's a couple of specific magic items that they have for sale in Neathholm. One of them is a +1 buckler.
But none of us really have enough money for that, though, is the problem.
Not really.
Well,
Especially
I'm
considering, in theory, we're splitting the money that's being made right now 4 ways. Just because Tim isn't here doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve a share of it. And there you go, Tim. Right. If they betray you, I stuck my neck out for you. That's all I can do.
Okay, so those were accounted for.
And I also don't have any shield proficiencies.
Did we give out the cloak resistance?
I believe Tempe has it. No, you have it.
No.
Oh, I have it.
Yeah, you do have it, actually.
At the moment, you Flying Catman.
Flying Catman. About as big as the literal cat that has started following Kieran around.
It's a cat person.
I'm curious, does your familiar have any archetypes on it? Or is it just a, like, here is a familiar?
Valet.
Ah, a valet. Neat. Seems good for the crafter.
Or as Tiki would say, Catthulu.
Catthulu. And as this happens, several weird tentacles come off the cat, and then they go away quickly. Actually, I imagine Kieran's first worldly cat familiar is probably about as rainbow-colored as he is. One of his eyes, like, brilliant violet, the other one, like a...
It's basically the Cadian cat from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, basically that.
Oh.
Okay, here is a Scroll of Shocking Grasp. That's all yours.
Okay.
Delvin.
Does Delvin have that on his spell list now?
Yes.
Then it may be better to just sell it.
Oh, and one other thing is, everything I can strip mine out of Crazy Man's spell book, I will.
Okay. So I forget the exact rules because I've never had to use them for taking spells from another person's spellbook. I know you can, like, rip out a page and it's a scroll. Likewise, if you want to just carry it, both you and Kieran can prep from it. Assuming those spells are on your spell list, of course. And I know pretty much all of those are on the Magus spell list, and I believe most of them are on the Alchemist as well.
But
It's a spellcraft 15 plus spell level.
What was that? I'm sorry.
It's 15 plus spell level.
To do what?
To understand the writing.
Oh, or you cast Read Magic, which I assume someone has as a cantrip.
I do.
Then you auto understand what they are.
all right.
I don't get that spell. Okay. Selling the scroll of Shocking Grasp for 56.25.
Okay.
Wizard spells and adding spells to wizard spellbook. Okay.
Again, you don't necessarily need to add these because you can share, like, you can have more than one spellbook, and you and Kieran can both prep from Milorn's spellbook. It's more of a matter of, for those rules, like, if you find a scroll somewhere that you would like to add to your spellbook, is when those would come up.
Sure.
Part of it is I have also said I would give his book back.
Indeed.
He's in jail.
So
He has to get his book back.
Busted.
Well, you only need to use it for a moment.
Yeah.
Or then we have to copy it over, and that costs money.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can wait till later then.
hey, for me, all I have to do is study it for 1 hour and then make a DC 15 plus spell level spellcraft check.
Okay.
And then you have to write it into your spell book. And that's where money comes.
I have a Scrivener's kit with me, so I didn't see. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the SRD and I didn't see any.
It's the ink cost for the spell.
Now I see it.
And I don't know how to calculate that.
I'm not sure either.
I think it might just be spell level.
Something like that.
Level 1 spells are 10 gold, level 2 are 40.
It's a weird jump.
Yeah.
But he only has level 1 and level 2 spells in his spellbook, so
That doesn't make a whole bunch of sense.
it is weird, isn't it?
Well, the cost for most things usually increase exponentially anyway, so...
True.
10 times spell level times
Yeah.
spell level. Spell level squared.
I guess. In any case, right now, Milorn is in lockdown, and you definitely have his, like, you can prep from his spellbook now.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing we have left is Torag's ring, which you're not selling.
No,
Pulled off the hook.
that and the +1 Warhammer.
Oh yeah, we did have that.
When did we get
But But my intent is to take both of those up to the surface, unless you can give me a good reason otherwise.
I don't know when we picked it up, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
at
actually a... hang on a sec. I am about entirely sure that was a Masterwork Warhammer. Just going back and checking. Yeah, it was a Masterwork, not a +1.
Oh, it resized because I have the dwarf subtype.
Mm-hmm. It resized because dwarfy, magic-y, gaudy things.
okay, so that's total, and we're dividing this by 4. Everyone gets 172.238.
Okay.
All right.
2.23. And that's in GP.
Seems good.
Sweet.
And that is bookkeeping done, I think.
Nice. Well, is there anything else anyone needs to do, or are we heading to where the bad guys are? It's like where the wild things are, except they're
I just want to double check. How many potions did we get?
6
How many
potions of Cure Light Wounds, 3 potions of Lesser Restoration.
Okay, well that's good then.
I'm sorry, it's 172.24. Because you can't break down copper pieces.
You can if you try hard enough to do this. Rub them together.
You've got a knife, don't you? It's easy to make change.
Yeah.
Oh, you can make the map really big.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost myself.
I'd like to pick up 2 or 3 bags of caltrops.
Okay, you certainly
If
can.
that's not a problem.
They look a little less like caltrops. They look a little more like just kind of really sharp rocks, bits of like fish scale and bone. Some scales and bones that are a little more questionable as to where they might have come from, but they certainly serve the same purpose.
As long as it works, I'm not going to worry about it.
It will knock their speed in half. It will hurt. Your diabetic GM immediately cringes when he thinks about caltrops. They are very good, though.
All right. In that case, I'm going to get one more thing of Alchemist Fire.
Roger that.
Trying to figure out what holy water does.
It's just Alchemist Fire against evil things, I'm pretty sure.
It's range of 10.
Pardon me.
So polite.
God forbid we run into a swarm of maggots.
Swarms are indeed spooky.
Or an evil outsider.
A swarm of evil outsiders.
Oh, well, I'll just smite that if we run into that.
Indeed.
If you... Or what?
Out of character.
Yes.
Anybody have ideas on what cantrips I should prep? Acid Splash, Arcane Mark, Dancing Lights, Daze, Detect Magic, Disrupt Undead.
Detect magic.
Detect magic is always good.
Undead, light.
Yeah.
Daze will probably get some mileage still. There will be some things that are a little too big for it, but you'll probably hit some things. I wouldn't prep
Ray
Acid
of
Splash.
Frost.
Nah, unneeded. You have lefty and righty for when you need to do damage.
You're level 2 though, so you can deliver that through your weapon, right?
Yes.
Yes. The Kensai does still get that. I would definitely consider Dancing Lights or Light, considering some people in the party don't have dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just me at this point?
Kieran as well, and Kieran's cat.
No.
I believe I'm the only one with dark vision, unless Tempe has it too.
I'm pretty
But
sure
I
Tempe
think
does.
she's just low light.
I forget. I think Tempe has dark vision. I don't remember. Tim, in the comments below, do you have dark vision? If he watches this.
I didn't have the extra points.
Dark vision is indeed pricey.
It's 2 points.
Mm-hmm. And when you've spent, 9 points on a fly speed?
I spent a lot.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
But it's what I wanted to do.
That's fair.
Okay.
I think I spent like 6 total.
So, are we almost ready?
I believe so.
The Marshal is tired of
I'm
your castery
there.
shenanigans.
I get 4, so I'm going to go with Dancing Lights, Mage Hand, Daze, and Detect Magic.
Okay,
Mage Hand is always good.
5 pounds of pressure can get a lot of mileage.
Especially with a bag of caltrops.
Mm-hmm.
You're evil.
Shield, definite. Shield and Shocking Grasp as my prepareds.
Okay, seems good. 1 zap and 1 block.
Am I on the screen?
Yeah.
You are on the map, which is yet to be revealed for when you guys go to the next map. I moved all the tokens down already.
Well,
Because I see a bunch of people. But now I'm realizing that they're all the NPCs.
Right, plus Tempe. I moved the rest of you guys down.
yeah.
I just saw a group of people and went, oh, there's there we are. And then I'm like, wait a minute.
Now,
There's
if I understand it, the plan is the children of the First Crusade are going to gather up at this current location and then follow us.
It's gonna take some time to gather all the mongrels together, and yes, they're gonna gather at Neathholm. If you guys are willing to clear out the ones who have betrayed the rest of the children, they will make their way up to Kinabras, assuming also you let someone know that these guys are gonna come erupting from the ground and help with clearing it out.
Yeah, that. My only question. Yeah, my thought on that was that my concern is whether or not I leave, like, my tools here, or do I just carry it with me?
One thing you guys do know is the path back to Kinabras will go through where the traders are. So you could come back, but it's also, like, it's a straight shot through them to get back
Well, we
up.
would have to let them... We'd have to go back and let them know that we cleared them out anyway.
Also true.
Yeah.
That would be the polite thing to do.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to come back here, so I'm going to leave a sack of things I don't necessarily have to have.
Okay.
And I will do the same with my gear as well, save for my weapons and potions.
Sounds good to me. Also, at some point, you might want to come back for Tempe, depending on how quick this next part goes.
Right.
Yep. Okay, I think we're ready to go.
Alrighty, is that group consensus?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I assume Nick's been
Let's
ready this
do
whole
it.
time. Nick's been raring to go as you guys are nerding at your spellbooks. Anyway,
Hey,
so
who was giving?
Hey, not my fault.
got them
Somehow-
martial probs.
I got quartermaster duties.
Someone in the party always does. It's an important role. In any case, land leads you guys south, turning kind of southeast-ish. It takes a little under 30 minutes, you guys think. There are excuse me, there are several passages that Delvin has to hunker down and push through, but there's nothing that stops him. It's not too long before you guys get to a 5-foot wide passage, which is very, very, very clearly been, especially to Delvin's eyes, somebody has carved this out with chisels and picks and all this other stuff and moved forward. At this point, Lan looks at all of you, looks down the passage, points, and then begins like slinking back, trying his very best to keep quiet.
Okay.
My first question is, who goes? The marching order will be single file. Man, I keep coughing all over my stream. What does the marching order look like?
Well, that depends. How dark is it down here?
The second question is, who's the light source? Because it's Delvin can see, that's it.
Yeah.
Delvin didn't prepare light.
Did ye?
Dancing light.
Dancing lights works.
Okay. Sure.
But he has to control those.
Or he can just jam them on a point in space.
That works.
Yeah.
Can he jam them onto a moving point?
I forget. Tell you to say. Dancing lights.
You create up to 4 lights that resemble lanterns or torches. That's all it says. Up to 4 lights all within a 10-foot radius.
They otherwise move as you desire. No concentration required. Forward or back, up or down, straight or turning corners. So there are 4 light sources that Delvin doesn't have to think about.
Okay.
Hey. And I can have them 120 feet away from me.
Indeed.
Hmm. Part of me wants to get in as close as I can before we warn them, but y'all can't move well without light.
And they also cannot move well because it's very clear in a lot of these tunnels Delvin is squeezing. Which means unless Delvin wants to pop his alter self and go down to medium, people can't move in front of him.
Yeah, that's another...
Well, Kieran and the cat can. As tiny creatures.
Go.
They can hop down under his legs, but yeah, no, Grazik can't. Delvin does actually hang on, stand by, there's a thing. I forget Grazik has a climb speed.
I do have a climb speed.
It does not tell me how high the passage is. High or low, Nick?
Let's go with high.
Alright, 3 or better. Okay, fair enough. 3 or better would be low. 4, 5, 6 is math is hard. Delvin does reach the ceiling. He has to bend down a little to not scrape his helm across it, so you can't climb around or over him. At least in this passage.
I mean,
I guess it's time for me to use one of the uses off of the scale.
Okay. Delvin, being a medium creature, solves the problem entirely.
Yay.
Who first?
Probably me.
Kieran first? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm designed to go look.
Seems logical. Okay. Who's second?
I guess, maybe the only reason I would say Delvin second because he can actually see with dark vision as I can't, and it might not be the best idea with me leading if I don't have the mobility of Kieran or the ability to see in the dark like you do.
Roger that. Delvin second.
But,
who third?
But Kieran is going to have light anyway.
Indeed.
So I'm going to end up casting light.
All right.
Forward. So I'll take the rear because I can look backward better.
Okay.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
So I hear Kieran first in line, Delvin fourth in line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who is second?
So
I'll be second in line then.
Which puts the cat at third. Got it.
Cat doesn't exist.
The cat doesn't exist. Where's the cat?
On my body.
Oh yes, it's too much familiar. Fair enough. Hop. Goodbye, cat. Rip. Press F. Okay. So, next question. You guys are on the bottom left of the map. If you scroll down in the first map, then you'll find where you are. My next question is, where are the light sources?
Unless someone has a problem with it, I'll keep them.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55. Actually, before that goes any further, from where you're... You guys aren't necessarily where you're at on the map right now, but this is just kind of like a vague marching order. Before where are the light sources, the next question becomes, how do you want to proceed? In terms of are we sneaking up and looking, or are we...
Does it seem reasonable to have the light sources casted on ourselves or on our personal item?
They're not lights, they're orbs. He has to move them.
Orbs of light.
He doesn't have to concentrate, but there are either floating lanterns or floating will-o-wispy things. Kieran's stealth is very good. The issue now becomes line of sight. As long as Kieran has something to duck behind, Kieran can probably hide.
How do you draw?
Yeah, I was thinking keeping them 30, 40 feet in front of Kieran.
Okay. So follow up with that, because there are intelligence-based characters in the party. You guys all know mongrelmen have dark vision. So in addition to being able to see, the light will help you to see. It will also blow anybody's chance at stealth.
Yeah.
Light.
Little scribble for the light. Fair enough.
Yeah, the problem is we have to have light for the other guys.
That is true. So
So
you guys would know that before any like stealth anything happens, there looks like there's no way you're going to be able to go into this quietly, unless Kieran wants to fumble around in the dark.
Well, that sounds dangerous.
Indeed.
That's how that works? Or do they all have to stay within 10 feet of each other?
At present, they're all 10 feet of each other. Not in 10 feet of one source.
Well,
They just all four have to be within 10 feet of
until
another.
we reach the encampment, then why don't we just have Delvin leading us ahead until we reach the area that we're going to be.
In a mechanical
There's
sense, that's about 15 feet of movement before you'll be where you're at. There's just like, there's a hard corner for your planning purposes, basically.
Oh.
okay. I'm okay with doing that,
Okay.
but so
You guys want to go in stealthily or not?
There is the only way to go in stealthily is either Delvin does it and can see, or Kieran does it and is
Can't
relying
see.
on his sense of hearing. And again, line of effect is a thing. Going in stealthily will, like, you need something to hide behind.
I guess I can...
okay.
It sounds like stealth isn't going to be that easy to pull off then.
Indeed.
So
And once
they
we
can
start
see...
fighting, it would probably be kind of a... Once we start fighting, we'd probably be spotted anyway.
Yes.
So,
So I guess this changes into I hide behind Krasik.
Yeah,
Sure.
that works. As a tiny
Yeah.
creature, both the other members of the party will break line of sight.
alright,
Because I need to hide.
Mhm.
right.
For
Okay, that works.
reasons
Okay.
that are the same reason, but it's still two different reasons.
Well, here's my thought. I'll lead us in as far as we can get, then I'll throw up the lights and everything's on.
Okay, sounds good to me.
It's all
So
stone.
I see
At work.
Delvin has moved Delvin's token. Is that where Delvin wants to be?
Oh, wait.
Because we're at planning, but moving your token on this board will indicate you are moving it on that board.
Okay.
I think
Does
There we
that... Okay. Everybody comfortable with this idea?
I'm
We're
with
going.
this idea.
50, 55.
This
Uh,
part.
So Delvin gets
Uh,
here. As you guys start moving, that is, if I... Thank you for moving yourself. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yeah, that's in the range of his dark vision. I assume Delvin is not trying to be quiet at all.
I am trying to be quiet.
If you boys can give
Yeah,
me stealth
I'd say
checks, then.
all of us are trying to be quiet.
Yes.
If I could get
That's
some stealth checks. I see Kieran's. Kieran's is very good.
Okay.
That stealth check is
Mine
way
is...
not correct. Why is it way not correct?
I'm actually stealthier than I thought I would be.
Indeed.
And I am not.
Okay. I'm confused.
In any case, the number is high and we don't need to worry about it because I'm sure it blows theirs out of the water.
No, I'm confused because I'm using
Just a
like
second.
skill rules, and it looks like every time you update your skills, you have to rebind it to an F key.
Yeah, weird. Well, fair enough. As you guys go moving, Delvin... What does Delvin have in total?
12.
That's just a flat 12. So Kieran disappears behind one of the marshals, but both Grazik and Delvin are pretty loud. And as you turn that corner, within the range of your dark vision, within the range of their dark vision, and with no line of sight preventers, there are flavor text from the book is what there are. Barricades made of heaped loose rocks and wooden boards bisect the cavern. Beyond the barricades, a wooden screen covers the lower half of a tunnel mouth, which seems to function as like a door. A pair of mongrelmen stand.
Sorry about that.
It's all good. A pair of mongrelmen stand guard, basically, and they both see you, and in Undercommon, they just alarm! And as that comes out, there's clicking of claws and barking of doggo, and if we could roll initiative. Kieran is first. Kieran is stealth. There are several. I won't say it sounds like tin cans bouncing off each other, but it's a similar effect. Clearly, an alarm has been raised.
Nuts.
That doesn't help a whole bunch, though. So we'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I think he's in range.
Yeah, he should be.
I think. So now we do that and
Okay.
that. That's terrible.
The stealth with the -20 for sniping definitely means you're spotted at. Well, hang on. Yeah, no, if somebody sees you, however, a 20 does hit, he is flat-footed to you at the first round of combat. And you're stealthed.
And we do that.
Okay. For 16 points of damage coming in, this is non-lethal.
Yes.
So the alarm goes off, and as the alarm is going off, this guy turns back around, and that's when the pellet... We can't use that word, unless you're picking up stuff from Soul. The pebble, rather, just poof into the side of his head, and he immediately slumps to the ground.
And just to make sure it's baked in, you got the +1 from your new sling on that, right?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
It matches Hero Lab, so
Good enough.
I'm going to go with
Then
yes.
we're good.
Hockey dokie. Grazik has thrown a d20. I don't know why.
My mistake.
Okay, fair enough. Just making sure. Is that all from Kieran?
Yeah.
Okay, so then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Passes to one of mine who comes out the door. I think I have enough move speed to get there in one. Let me just double check real quick. Speed is that. Okay, never mind. Some stuff happens that the stream is aware of. Some stuff happens that you guys are not aware of.
Oh no.
So you're saying we shouldn't watch the stream?
Don't stream snipe, you coward. And then and then a standard action to open this door as another mongrel comes running out to replace the one that has been... upside down folks are knocked out. To replace the one that has been knocked out, basically. Don't do that, Tommy. They can't see that, but something moved. There's a little dot somewhere. Don't metagame. And next is Delvin.
Okay.
I should note that at this time the Dancing Lights has not been cast.
That was going to be my next statement. Cast Dancing Light and...
75 says that Kieran was able to find the mark in the dark.
Thank you. That was my next question. Does that change what happened for me?
Yeah, I had to quickly roll it.
So, Dancing Lights cast at ceiling level above them.
Okay. Above them who? The mongrels?
The mongrel men.
Okay, sure.
And not yelling, but full charge, full steam ahead.
Okay.
So movement speed is 30.
Are you still squeezing though at this point?
As a medium creature, he is not.
No.
Oh wait, yeah, you are shrunk down, aren't you?
Otherwise, yes, this encounter would be much harder.
When I get up there, I'll pop my second use, but...
Okay, understood.
So
if you can move yourself.
That's... make it to about there at 30, correct?
That hits your movement. Yeah, that's 30 feet.
Okay. And this... Okay. Brain dump on combat at the moment.
Okay.
How many actions do I get? Where first...
You have used a move action. You retain a standard and a swift action and a free action, but I don't think you have any free actions. The standard action can be used to move again. Or yeah, I said that correctly. But as you've moved there, hang on, let me... I think for part 2 of Wrath, we might go back to roll 20, because I really missed dynamic lighting. 15, 20, 25, 30, whatever. So you would see pretty much all of this room. 2 more mongrels go a-running in your direction, and one of them in the back, kind of like... Imagine, if you will, Lurtz from the end of Fellowship, just like snarling, bow drawn behind the 2 of them. Pretty clearly the one in charge.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Do I get drug along with him?
Are you riding on him?
I thought I was.
Then yes, you do. Okay, so Delvin has used a move into standard action. He did cast Dancing Lights. I assume he doesn't have a swift, so then it passes now to...
ready my glaive.
Okay, it's drawn, certainly.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it passes to one of these guys. Do I have a... Why don't you have woes? Okay, fine, so be it. This one is going to basically do the same as you've done. It's going to step over here. As it does so, it leans like down, crouching into the barricade. It has a... almost looks like a piece of the barricade itself drawn and in hand as it kind of just like leans in, and you can see the like the baseball bat motion as it ducks down. As that happens, through the doorway, 10, 15, I think my speed is 20. I will make sure really quickly that I can't move 30 feet. I might be able to move 30 feet though. What kind of armor we got? Yeah, I got 30. Okay. 25. Moving to that square. Coming out of that door. Clearly a human woman. Her armor, a like awkward amalgamation of what looks like bronze with a red sash hanging down. Her helm, one of the horns on the helm is broken. The other curls wickedly forward as her glaive like twirls out in her hand. Very clearly a cultist of Baphomet. Comes running out, looks out the door, sees what's going on, looks a little disgusted to be standing next to so many mongrels. She... I don't really have anything fun I can cast you. Boo on me. She just lowers her glaive in the direction of the door as this is going on. Farther back... Where is your token, little buddy? I put you in here. Don't tell me I didn't put you... Oh, well, I have to drag a token in. The door here bursts open. As the door bursts open, out comes running a... It's really pale, because it lives in a cave, but it's clearly some kind of, like, big lizard. Did I delete it? I guess I deleted his token. This Ankylosaur will represent... a token that has gone a-missing. Let me check my move speed real quick as I go a-charging out, bursting through a door. I think my speed is 40. It's 30. Okay, so I'm boring. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It moves past the mongrel men, kind of sniffs at the cultist of Baphomet, and kind of like... It thinks about lunging out and biting. You guys, well, at least, yeah, all 3 of you can see it. The cultist kind of just like whaps it with the butt of her glaive. It continues a running forward in your direction. And now it's Graznik's turn.
Alright. Well, let's see. Is this 20 feet of movement? I forget if, like, the diagonal...
Yeah, you're fine. That's 20 feet.
Okay. And I think I'm going to pull out one of my javelins.
Okay. Your base attack is greater than 1. You can do that as part of a move action.
Alright, cool. In that case, I'll just double move then to move up here.
Okay, understood. And then it passes to these two, who are going to 10, 15, 20. They see a big man with a glaive and they're smart. So this one moves here, that one moves there. On top of their unconscious friend, they both duck down behind the barricades. You can see like the tops of the baseball bats that they're carrying, basically, as they run up here. Mechanically, they're clubs, but just that's the motion as they're like this as they duck down. Round the second, Kieran's up.
Can I move behind Delvin to regain stealth?
Yes.
I said F5.
Okay.
And then I will come back out and...
Okay. No one sees you.
swing at someone else. The one who's standing over the sleepy one.
Okay. 22 hits. For... I want to say I'm still standing. 14 damage. The thing whaps into him. He turns and... Well, actually it misses because these guys have... No, it doesn't. They're leaning down. The barricade is yay high. You're yay high. You can fire down over it. Okay. Works for me. Had to double check my geometry really quickly. Nevertheless, he's still standing. Definitely connects. Definitely doesn't feel good. He looks a little woozy. But still kicking. And then if you can make that stealth check again.
I can't.
Hmm?
I can't. I move.
Oh, fair. Okay, so then they definitely see you. And if that's all, passes to me. I think it's all. I'm going to start attacking, and if it's not all, we'll know. Okie dokie. Too bad none of you are my favorite enemies. Boo on you. Okay. So as all of these shenanigans go on, Kieran is now clearly in line of sight, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So this one makes her way through the door. 10, 15, 20, 25. Dang it! Okay, no, never mind. That's within 30 feet. Okay. As she does so, she draws her bow, hisses as the tongue comes out. It looks like a human's tongue, and then when the hiss occurs, it, much like those people that will split their tongue, the tongue bifurcates and in your direction as bow is fired. Plus that, let me make sure that the Fae are not in my favorite enemies really quickly. It's almost like this AP didn't expect to see that. I have an 18 to hit Kieran.
No.
Okay, fair enough. Moves, fires, the arrow clangs off of the side of the wall. And I think you're down, aren't you? That one is not on it. Well, it's on initiative, but it's not doing the best right now. 1, 10, 15, 20, 25. A second cleric moves in, both of them with their glaives lowered in the direction of the door. It passes to Delvin.
Well, I'm going to move forward and I'm trying to decide whether to... Okay, I need to clear line of sight of the door because if they're clerics... Well, first and foremost, we need to start dealing with things, so I'll just charge forward. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, And you know what?
I do have Alchemist Fire, and they are hiding behind wooden barricades.
They are not wooden barricades.
Oh,
They
they're not?
are.
No.
Well, I don't think I said wooden. It makes no sense for those to be wooden barricades. They are loose. Oh, yeah, there's wooden boards. Never mind. Mostly like loose rocks, wooden things. Some
It's
of it is
scrap.
flammable. Yeah, basically.
Okay. In that case, I will come down to here.
Okay.
And with that, I should be able to hit the guy who fired an arrow at Kieran.
Yes. Yes,
That's
you can.
in range for a strike with the glaive, correct?
Yeah, it is. For you, it's... Yeah, that's 10 feet up. It's in range for a medium creature's glaive.
Okay. So that's VAB of 1 plus 4. So that would be a 5.
Okay. A 22 hits.
Okay. And what is a glaive's damage?
D10 plus strength and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus strength and a half.
Because it's a two-handed
Yeah, it's a
weapon.
two-handed weapon.
Mm-hmm.
D10.
Nice! Okay. Delvin moves forward, swings the glaive over the barricades and into the side of the commander, who snarls and her tongue spits and slits, and it's real gross. All the mongrelmen kind of like, as you move forward, you can see them like getting ready to like, whoop! But with the reach weapon, you're out of their reach. And if that's all... 5, 10, 15. It provokes from Delvin. You're charging out of the door as this really pale, about the size of a like German Shepherd lizard. It comes up, skittering your direction, slathering, clearly hungry and looking for the kill.
Well,
That definitely hits. I am brain farting a thing. Hang on 1 second. That might be in the glaive start range. I forget.
I think the glaive is a 20. I think it's only crits on a 20, but it's a triple multiplier.
Yeah, that's right. 20 times 3. Okay. Never mind then. That 24 does hit. For now, minimum damage. Okay. You swing into this thing. The glaive slaps into the lizard. It definitely feels it, but seems undaunted as it was unable to charge, so it just adds this. I attack Delvin with my bit. 22 to hit Delvin.
absolutely hits.
Now ready. If Delvin could make a fort save for me. And have 9 points of piercing, bludgeoning, slashing damage as this thing bites into your thigh.
Yikes.
That would be plus 3, so 13.
Okay. Understood. And then I make a plus that. Delvin is now a medium creature for the purpose of his CMD. A 21 over Delvin's CMD.
Yikes.
I do believe that has me.
Okay. This thing, as it bites in, it pushes down. You can almost hear like the snap of the bone as it digs into you, and mechanically you are grabbed by the thing. And that is all from me. Which actual me, the lizard. There are a lot of me's right now.
Okay.
Do I have... I'm an evil cleric. I don't think I can help my friends who aren't really even my friends. Oh, I can't. Neato. Okay, so 5, 10. They're occupying the same square, so it gets weird. But she does, as she moves in, the woman's hand begins to glow with a radiant light, and she tags the dude who is on the ground. My caster level is... that number. Okay, that's kind of boring. Shabam! Non-lethal damage heals double, so that much damage is restored to the one who is down, both Delvin and Kieran. You can see his eyes kind of flutter as Awkwardly, one of his friends is standing in the way.
Does it
Grazik,
feel
you're on.
All right. Well, I guess I'll.
Is that a
10,
thing?
I'm sorry?
15.
Do they heal double?
Yeah, non-lethal is healed double from positive energy. I'm about 99% sure.
I thought you healed lethal and non-lethal at the same time. And that was the boon.
Then we'll run with that then. You're probably right.
The barricades aren't high enough that they're blocking ranged attacks from where I'm at, am I? Are they?
For the mongrelmen, yes, because you're a medium creature and they're ducking behind them.
Okay.
For that cleric or the one with the bow or the monitor lizard, all three of those are no.
All right. I think. Let's see. Should I go for the cleric or? You know what? I'll keep going for the. I'll go for the thing that's biting my friend.
Understood.
That is a +4 to hit.
Javelin goes a javelining in. Do you have precise shot?
I do not.
Okay, in that case, I am flat-footed, so that just barely hits.
All right, I'll take it. Damage for that will be. Let's see which one's the D8. Wow. Okay.
Gotcha. The javelin sticks into the creature. It kind of makes like a weird screechy cry, but it's very muffled by Delvin's thigh that has dug into this.
All right.
And I think it passes to me, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so I need to move. I'm standing on top of my friend, and that's mean. I shouldn't do that. How's my climb? Do I have a climbing power? Yeah, I do. Okay. So one of the mongrels is going to climb up over his barricade and succeeds as he... Not you, go over there. As he steps here. Then everyone is still within 10 feet of me. I lied. He's going to take the withdrawal action and end up in here. Turning the corner. Let me really quickly... Yeah, never mind. I can't fix it. You guys can see the room. The second one does the same. Takes the withdrawal action back inside. And third round, it's Kieran's turn.
I will do the whole move to the other side
Okay.
of Delvin. Getting that.
Nice. Okay. I will throw some checks at the board. Never mind. Okay. No one sees you.
This will go to... Did the bug lady or the cultist lady cast a spell?
The cultist lady.
Cultist lady can go and take this then.
Okay. Against by flat-footed, that does hit.
Yay! That was kind of nerve-wracking.
It was indeed.
That was
A little bit.
That was suddenly not a very good roll at all.
Indeed. Fortunately, she's unaware of it, so it just kind of pings into her helm. And is exactly enough to put her on the ground.
Damn.
Her glaive, she's also, even if she were to see it, with the diagonal, that's 15 feet. So she turns again, trying to find you, and then pebble dome. There's a ring as it bounces around the helm, and she slumps, dropping her glaive. And retribution. I'm going to try to attack Kieran again. I think that's all from Kieran anyway. I always just kind of assume. Okay, here we go. Gonna do a shoot. Do I have the ability to shoot more? I do not. Dang it. give this thing a rapid shot, Iso. Why you no do this? So plus that for PBS. Attacking Kieran.
Yikes.
And to confirm, does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so then this does conform for that many. I need to type the mod in. My bad, hang on. Plus for that many with point blank shot and the multiple for a grand total of 21 piercing damage as this thing sees the cultist, goes down, snarls at it, looks back, snarls and smirks at you. Again, very Lurtz from Lord of the Rings, draws, fires. The arrow lands with a head and shaft about as big as like Kieran's body, full in his chest. I will 5-foot step back. That also it does not provoke an attack of opportunity from Delvin. I think. Hang on. Double checking a roll. Welcome to Pathfinder. To be sure. Okay, so this does provoke an attack of opportunity from Delvin if Delvin would like to use his, but there's a minus on it because she's firing within your threat range.
Yeah. Let's be honest, I need to
Put her
hit
down.
this person.
22 minus 2 is a 20. I'm sure you're not taking a penalty to your strength.
Oh. Yeah.
So 20, that just hits.
I will take it.
For pretty good damage. So Kieran gets hit in the process. The glaive slices across her chest. Stepping back onto the body. I still don't really have much to do. This one will stand up. I assume, does Delvin have combat reflexes?
No, not yet.
Alright, so it's gonna double move, standing up, grabbing his club, moving back in here. Backing up. Moving over here comes the other cleric who... Do I help my friendo? I think I help my friendo. Moving over to my friendo. Gonna use one of my Cure Light Wounds on my friendo for not very much. But it's enough to where her eyes flicker open as the other cleric comes down, tags her with positive energy. Delvin, you're on.
Okay.
There is a monitor lizard stuck to your thigh.
Yep. And that needs to come off now.
Okay.
Do I need to get rid of the glaive and go to my sword, or is there any negative to using the glaive? Is what I'm asking.
Well, he's adjacent to you, so you couldn't attack him with the glaive because he's inside the threat range of it.
Isn't he grappling you too, though?
Yeah. But you can definitely still attack him, but when you're grappled, there's a lot less things you can do. Because, like you can't move, you can't hide from him, but there's nothing saying you couldn't draw your sword and stab in.
Well, actually, I'm going to end up possibly wasting a good one, but I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay. If you would make a concentration check for me.
Okay, and concentration is...
D20
Intelligence.
plus caster level plus mod.
Okay.
Yep.
So D20 plus caster level 2 plus mod 4 plus 2 because I have the Runeborn trait. So that would be finally a number that maybe I can make.
And so you do.
Woohoo!
So, really, what wonderful things do I get?
Frankly, you passed a concentration check that was almost impossible for you to pass because the
Okay.
concentration check for casting while grappled is really, 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 really high.
Okay.
Nevertheless,
So-
Delvin's able to keep it together.
So, roll damage.
First, you need to make a touch attack.
Okay. Touch attack.
D20 plus strength plus bab over my touch, which has a minus on it. That does it. And then, if you could give me a pair of D6.
Okay.
And Zot's tea is you reach down, crying out as this thing bites into you, and just kind of electricity zats through it. It's a great, noble wonder that magic cheats the laws of physics, so you and Kieran aren't also shocked. But it doesn't let go, but it definitely feels it. And if that is all...
That's all I believe I can do.
Okay, so this one is going to 5, 10, 15, 20... moving out of cover and running across now that while Delvin is swinging, basically, this one runs under. Unfortunately, I cannot do a charge, but I am going to try to get some love over to the pally there.
Oh boy.
Here we go. His baseball bat comes swinging for a 2 confirm. Okay. Well,
Yikes.
that's a number. Neat. I didn't think any of these guys would do anything relevant. Well done, Mongrelman. I'm proud of you. Tell their mothers. They've done well. Plus,
All right, how
that
much am I
number,
taking?
You are taking 13 points of bludgeoning damage as this guy just runs up and rings your bell with what looks like a stalagmite that has been pulled off the ground to function as a club.
All right. That just took me down to 11
Nice.
health.
At the top of the lizard's turn, the lizard rolls to maintain the grapple and has a 16 over Delvin's CMD, which I like considerably less than my other roll.
CMD is...
Bearing in
According
mind,
to-
the number is smaller because you're medium now.
Yeah. So it'd be 16.
So I exactly hit it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so then this next number is a little higher because now I've been able to maintain the hold. Plus that, I'm going to try to do this. Then I have a 19, which breaks your CMD, and this thing pulls you down to the ground and moves over top of you for its standard action as its tongue feels strangely warm and drips a strange liquid as it like crawls on top of Delvin's body, as Delvin is now pinned.
Oh, Jesus.
Kieran doesn't take like fall damage or anything, but Kieran has the... Would Kieran like to stay 2 squares up or go to the ground? I'll ask.
I don't get an option.
Hmm?
I'm unconscious.
Oh, well, you should have said something.
Wait, you're unconscious?
I didn't realize you were unconscious. Neat.
Yeah, he got poked.
I knew he took 21
very
damage. I
bad.
didn't know that got him.
Oh, shit.
Language.
Oh, sorry.
I'll let that one fly. That's definitely that kind of moment, and if I get demonetized over it, then so be it. At negative what?
2?
So then the proper question was, you should have let me know, because do you want to use your hero point to cheat death?
Because you did 21 damage, I think.
Indeed, yeah.
So I think that
Oh man. Okay.
yeah, -2.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. That
Okay.
sounds. This fight is going bad because you keep critting.
That's not my fault. Blame RNG. So Kieran actually, because I didn't realize Kieran was down, because Kieran did not share with the class, Kieran's pinned to the wall. Through his body, through his wee little wing, you guys can look at him and see that his little
Yikes.
body is still breathing, but he's not moving, and no one seems to notice him. In any case, next is me. I'm going to 5-foot step, stand up as part of that. My bab is not greater than 1. I have to use an action to grab my glaive. Boo on me. Grazik, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna go full Jurassic Park on these guys now because I'm seeing my friends are getting hurt left and right.
Grazik
I'm
does.
gonna go
Everyone
try and
starts looking at
do
it and sniffing.
full round attack on the one in front of me.
Understood. That definitely hits.
Okay. Fine, I need to be here.
Okay, so we need to... The natural 20, I'm sorry to say, does not resolve. Neither does the 16. I would like you to roll damage first.
Okay.
Because you may be using a standard action.
All right. Well, I was full rounding to...
Oh, okay, fair enough. Then in
I
that case,
also didn't add my modifiers on those.
that's fine. The 16 confirms. Actually, you would... Yeah, you had a javelin out and you threw it. So bite, claw, and then one more.
All right.
And the total is?
Oh, sorry. The total is going to be...
Probably not enough to get there, but maybe.
All right, hold on. 1, 2...
So you did not tell me
3.
the total on the natural 2.
Oh, the natural 2. The natural 2 would have just been 6.
That misses. So you have
Yeah.
one hit and one crit.
Yeah. All right. So full attack is right. Sorry. I'm not used to using this system here, so roll for the damage here.
Yep. So what is the damage? It's a... I
So
see
the
D4s, what do
first
you add?
claw hits, the second claw crits, but the bite misses.
Correct.
So that's a 10 on the, or that's a 9 damage on the first strike. 9 again on the second one, but since it was a crit, so that would be 18 total.
Flavor that kill.
Basically, I'm just rending. So I'm trying to think here. How am I going to flavor this? Technically, I'm not a barbarian, so rage isn't a thing, but it's very close to look. What it looks like is happening is very close to raging, and I just rend this guy's torso in half as I let out a big primal bellowing roar.
And the second attack truly does, like, bits of scale and strangely lobster claw and slathery dog face just kind of slide apart as he falls to the ground, twitches, blood everywhere as his eyes kind of lose focus. You retain a swift action or a 5-foot step.
I'm gonna 5-foot step.
Okay.
That because the lizard is next.
The lizard is next. Alrighty. 2 people have turns that no one sees. Kieran does not need to roll to stabilize. Next is me. Me, the ranger, who steps here. Not Kieran. I don't have precise shot. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna shoot at Grazik. I can't really shoot through the monitor lizard. So point blank shot coming to Graz for a 26 to hit.
That hits.
For 8 points of piercing damage as she turns, smiles, sees, watching the lizard work its way into Delvin's armor, smiles, looses, arrow lodges in ya. And
Yikes.
this cleric is going to do a stoop and
I'm not looking great.
heal. Let me make sure I only have the one. Okay, so this one instead just kind of steps back around the corner. Hand passes to Delvin.
Just
Okay.
are you ruling melee?
I don't understand what you mean.
Do you have to have a melee weapon in melee combat, or do you have to be within 5 feet of somebody with a melee weapon?
Why do you ask?
I don't know if I would have been in melee because she met my AC on the crit confirm.
Yeah, you weren't in melee. You being the little guy posted on top.
Just a question for future.
Makes sense. So, at the top of Delvin's turn, Delvin can't move. Delvin is denied his dex, takes a -4 to his armor class in addition, and you can try to free yourself with a CMB or take mental actions. But casting spells that require somatic or material components are out.
How about using a magic item?
Okay.
Because it's time to use Terindlev's scale and go back to my real self.
Seems good. Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Your jaw hurts.
Boop, boop, doo, 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 doo. That is, essentially, in meta terms, that's a free action. You are ceasing concentration on a spell.
Yeah.
You're still mechanically pinned, but your CMB is a little better as just kind of like erupting from the ground. Delvin goes from dwarf to full, I forget the name of your race. Mega.
Forgekin.
Forgekin, that's it. Up to full size.
Okay. What do I have to do to get rid of this monitor lizard?
A CMB over his CMD, which now has gone up by 1 because you're a little taller.
Okay. And it's strength plus 1, so...
Plus 2 bad, which is...
Yeah. Which is even better.
Indeed.
How's
Okay.
a 23?
It looks pretty good. Let me check my CMD. That is enough. You are able to... You're still prone, but using your standard action, as you grow, the thing gets a little confused, and you kind of just grab it on the head and push.
Okay.
No longer grappled.
So...
Even with the -4 to attack rolls.
what can I do to... Okay. So can I stand up and attack?
No. You've used your standard action to push. You have a move action,
Okay.
left, basically.
Don't suppose I have a potion on me.
Even if you did, you've lost your standard action. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll stand up because that's all I can do.
alrighty. That provokes 2 attacks of opportunity.
Oh dear.
First
yeah,
from, First from the monitor lizard. Trying to find my bad. Hang on. My bites. You are. That's as an animal companion. Where are you? There we go. Okay, so +5. I try to bite Delvin and have a 17 to hit.
You got me.
And then the cultist is also going to take her AOO. It's the same number. Neat. Her glaive comes swinging down for a 10.
That misses.
Alright, if Delvin can make a fortitude save.
Oh dear.
And it's my fort save plus my con mod.
Your con mod is already into your fort save. But yeah, to
Okay.
calculate your fort save, it is your base fort save from the class plus your constitution modifier.
Okay.
Okay.
17.
17 is noted. Then I have a +4 to this, 5 points of piercing, bludgeoning, slashing damage, then a 19 over Delvin's CMD.
That works.
Okay, so as you stand up, the cultist swings a little too, up, assuming you would get up a little faster, and it kind of just swishes. The monitor lizard, still standing much closer, leans in, bites, gets around your thigh, and again latches back on.
Jesus. Alright.
Speaking of which, it does pass now to... These guys have all run to get out of the way of the ranged thing, and now there's no room to move forward, so the mongrels have basically nothing to do. The lizard at the top of the lizard's turn will try to keep the grapple on at a higher CMD, coming at a large creature. A 13 probably doesn't maintain the grapple.
No, does
So
not.
at the top of its turn. I forget what kind of action that is to maintain a grapple. I think it's a free, right? Is that what you said, Adam?
Standard.
Standard. Oh, fair enough. That's my standard action. And then it is unable to hold on. It flops back as Delvin kind of like squirms and pushes. The monitor lizard hisses and snarls as this cleric is going to try to redeem herself. Swinging at... Well, no. Who's in my range? Could swing it. Yeah, no, Delvin's the scary one. Swinging at Delvin. 19 to hit?
Hits.
4.
Oh, man.
Plus 3. And yes, a glaive is 20 times 3. These guys have the same weapon. Plus 3, bam! Oh, come on, you. For 9 points of slashing damage as her glaive with the red tassel with Baphomet's holy symbol slapped on it, not unlike what's on Delvin's hand, swings in, this time finding purchase.
And that takes me all the way down.
To flat 0 or to negatives?
To negatives. How many points was that again?
9.
9? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hurting. So
Are you
that takes me
unconscious?
below hit points. So
Okay.
I'm going to have to use a hero point.
Okay. Delvin slinks back into the ground. They basically alternate Grazik at this point, not realizing that both Kieran and Delvin are still breathing. Everyone kind of just shifts Grazik's direction. How convenient that it is his turn.
All right. Well, okay, so is Delvin unconscious at
Yes.
this point?
Delvin and Kieran are both unconscious at whatever negative, or I forget how hero points work. They're either at 0 and unconscious, or they're at they're at 0 and unconscious, basically.
All right. Well, can I use a swift action to lay on? No, wait, I can't. I can only use a swift action to heal myself.
Right. Standard for everyone else.
All right. Well, can I swift action myself and then give him force feed him a potion?
You can use a move action to draw a potion, and then a standard to give it to him. And then a swift to heal you. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So you are gonna. Okay, I think this is the D8. You're gonna heal for 6 health,
Okay.
and then for me, it's going to be.
You as in Delvin?
No, as in myself.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you're drinking the potion yourself?
Well, no, I'm
Who does
using
the
the
D8
layout.
go to?
I'm giving him the potion first, then I'm swift action healing myself.
Again, him who?
Delvin.
Okay, so Delvin has 6, you have 6.
Well, plus technically 8 because I have my Fey Foundling.
Oh,
So,
yes, got it.
all right.
Okay, fair enough. Duly noted. Passes. Is that all?
Yep. I used up my move in standard. That's all I can do for now.
Alrighty, the archery one. I assume Grazik doesn't speak Undercommon?
You would assume correctly.
Okay, fair enough. So the archery one leans back into the room and says something in Undercommon. As she does so, she drops her bow and draws a club.
Oh boy.
Looking down at Delvin, whose eyes have come open, she raises it and is going to try to do a whap with her. Well, I say club, but again, it's more of like a beat up stalactite looking thing. Delvin is prone. May RNG be in your favor. A 25 would hit Delvin even if he wasn't prone.
Dang it.
For 7 damage, for 1 more than he was healed.
Yep, I'm dying again.
Okay.
This is very annoying.
That mongrel, I'll take that mongrel off the initiative. He's dead. The cleric, Grazik can hear, and Delvin can, as his eyes kind of like, he opens his eyes and this thing looks down, snarls, and plop. There is movement that you do not see. And Delvin, if you could roll to stabilize for me.
Okay. And that's a fort.
That's a D10, or not D10, it's a D20, DC 10. You take a penalty on the D20 roll equal to how far from 0 you are.
Okay, so I would be...
Which then you tick down one more. The lizard will do a step over. Move, Delvin. Step over here. It sniffs at Grazik kind of familially, but nevertheless leans in for the bite. Plus that, boom, for a 20 to hit you.
That just barely hits.
If you can make a fort save.
I'm going to try to do that. This one I double check. Wait, no, that is not what I meant to. Here we go.
Okay. Duly noted. Yeah, I lost my number. 7 points of piercing, bludgeoning, slashing damage, plus 26 over your CMD.
Yeah.
Has you garpled. And it's your turn. This cleric moves back in, out of sight.
Alright. I need to use a hero point at some point here. I guess I'm just going to try and break the grapple.
Okay. Worth noting that it wouldn't be hard for you to use your natural attacks to attack as well.
Oh, well, what's the penalty on that? I wouldn't be able to full round attack it, would I?
Hang on. Tell you in a sec. Grappled. That's not the condition. Boom.
It's my 2.
Grapple creatures cannot move, take a -4 to dexterity and a -2 on all attack rolls and combat maneuver checks, except those made to grapple or escape the grapple.
Alright. So, it's technically gonna... So, could I make my full round attack on it, though?
Yeah. There's nothing here that says you can't.
Okay, well, in that case... I'm gonna try and just full round attack it.
Okay, understood.
Hold on. This might be at a 3, but that probably doesn't count anyway.
You guys are doing bad enough that I'm not going to do anything on the natural one. Okay,
I don't
so...
think any of those hit, do they?
13, 13... The 13 just hits.
Alright. That's my bite attack. Or if I should use a hero point to try and roll one of those attacks.
Wouldn't be the worst idea.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Oh.
Okay,
Alright.
noted.
One of the claw attacks.
If you could
can
confirm it. Ooh,
That's okay.
what's the total?
The total is going to be...
The total on the confirmation roll, please.
the
natural
total
5.
on the confirmation roll, that would
Yeah.
have only been 8.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't confirm. Boo.
But damage-wise, that's going to be 18 damage.
Okay, flavor that kill.
As this thing tries to pin itself onto me, Grazik basically wraps his claws around it as it's trying to pin him, and he just squeezes as hard as he can while digging the claws in, and basically he's very messily decapitating this thing as it tried to lock onto him and bite into him.
And so it was. The head of the lizard slumps onto the ground. It gives a last gasp before opening onto the ground. And you retain a 5-foot step in a swift action.
Alright, gonna make a swift action to heal myself again then?
Okay.
Alright. because I just... Oh, this minute looking those.
Nice.
Alright. That's a total of 8 back up again, so now I'm up to almost half health.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get you guys out of here.
Speaketh the paladin. Okay. Is there a 5-foot step?
Well, no, I think I used up my turns just now.
You've done a full attack action and you've used a swift action. You still can make a 5-foot step in between the attacks of a full attack. Or after, if you'd like to not be in that square, basically.
Well, can I even move anywhere? Because Delvin's in the way.
You could move back one, you could move up to the cover, you can move here.
Can I move here?
Yeah.
I'll move here then.
Technically speaking, well, you're occupying the same square as a man who's down, basically. You move there. As that happens, a pair of mongrels come crawling out. They both grab on to Delvin at the... That one's at the 5-foot mark, so it provokes.
What's that?
This one here is going to try to pull Delvin into the room, and doing so provokes.
From me?
Yeah, he's
Oh.
1 square away.
Alright. I guess I'll try and slash at him then.
Okay, that hits
Does
on
an
the
18
dice.
hit?
Yeah, you got him.
Alright. Wait, hold on. That's a total of 9 damage.
Okay, this one has a significant bruise on his head. Though it be small, it has already started to knot up. If you'd like to flavor that kill.
I guess the same as the last time, except his head is going to be hitting the wall after I slash at him.
Okay, understood. And off into the wall, dead horribly. This one is gonna...
Like I said, Grazek is like in full-blown rage mode right now.
Understood. Tried to do a pull is... Well, it's not a matter of a CMB, it's a matter of now Delvin is too heavy. As this thing moves forward and they both start to pull, as in Undercommon, the sneaky lady in charge says something, and despite their best attempts, they cannot get the poor gigantic man through, though it does tear up the barricade a little in the process. Kieran is stable. Passes to me. In a really gross, snaky, broken common, the leader turns in Grazik's direction with that same pulled off from somewhere stalactite lowered at Delvin's head. Let him go, or he die. It's very clear Common is not her first language. So to understand, you probably understand what she's trying to say with club at head. But it's really garbled and weird, and in between it, there's the tongue does this some more and splits a little farther. She looks awaiting a response.
Let's see. Is she like getting ready to like coup de grace him? Is that what the situation is?
Something along those lines. Delvin is unable to defend himself, and she has a club sitting like right over his forehead.
Oh man. This is kind of a rough decision here, actually. Honestly.
And actually, really quickly, before you say anything, if Grezik could make a perception check.
Sure.
Okay, so as you see the hand go to the head of Delvin, you look down in Delvin's direction, and one of the bite marks where the lizard got in looks pretty rough. It's like beet red, and it's already started to swell up.
It's poisoned.
Indeed.
Ah, damn. Can I sense motive her to make sure that she's actually, like, like, she says let go or he dies, but can I sense mode to see if whether or not she's just going to kill him anyway if I decide to let go?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's clearly, when you saw humanoids come through wearing the raiment of a demon lord, there was a lot of, like, pushing and shoving past the mongrels who they don't even really, except for the, like, get up and die for me, heal. They don't seem to like each other. There's clearly something else going on here. Clearly some kind of hierarchy has been established. This thing might be interested in letting Delvin live, might be interested in feeding him to something, maybe offering as a sacrifice to Baphomet. She also looks... She's not the best off. There is a sizable, from where Delvin dug into her, slash mark, as well as a bit of boop. The other mongrel that you can see as you're looking around also does not look the best.
Let's see. Oh, man. I hate it when these kind of decisions fall on me.
Heavy lies the crown.
What's that?
I said heavy lies the crown.
Alright. Alright.
As you deliberate, she begins bouncing light, not hard enough to do more than possibly leave a light bruise later, bouncing the club off Delvin's head.
Alright. I will say, if you bring that down on him, you will die too, but not quickly. I will make sure of that.
Okay.
As I'm sort of like, I guess I can't step between her and him.
Not on your initiative. Or rather, not on her initiative. On your initiative, yes.
Lower your clubs, we leave. If not, then if he dies, you... Basically, I'm saying, yeah, like, if he dies, then you die, but it won't be quickly.
Okay. Would you like to put a check on the end of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw an intimidation check at her, actually.
Okay.
Which is good, because I now have a +8 in that, at least.
Seems good. Okay.
Ah, damn it.
Let me check the DC. Damn it is fine. I don't think damn it is going to get me demonetized. If it does, I need to find a new job. So... I have, what is my hit dice? My hit dice is that number. It's a small number. Okay. She looks up at you. As you say this, it's pretty clear she's not understanding every word you're saying, but she's getting the demeanor and the snarl, and she turns at you, and she snarls back, steps forward. That's the wrong number. It's 3 higher. I put my damage mod in my attack mod, so it's a 22 to hit. Not Delvin. I'm tagging Grazik. To be clear, she looks up
22 to hit?
Snarls at Grazik, steps, swings.
22 to hit, you said?
Yep.
That does hit. I'm at an AC of 20.
Okay, gotcha. 8 bludgeoning damage. She hisses.
Okay.
She gets close enough to where the bifurcated tongue gets almost like close enough to touch you. As it like, you assume she is scenting the air, not unlike a snake would. Pulls back, snarls, and if Delvin would roll to stabilize.
That would be 10.
A flat tip, which is exactly what you needed. Stable on the ground you are. This mongrel skitters out of the way. Actually, that's that mongrel's turn. I lied. Boom, ba-doom. The clerics do nothing. Grazik, you're on.
Okay, I'm gonna use my third and final lay on hands on myself. Wait,
Okay.
can you swift action then full round attack?
Yes.
You can't. Oh,
You
you
can.
can. Okay. All right. So first, want to do that.
Okay.
So that's four total because I got that +2. So now I'm sitting on 6 HP, and now I'm just gonna Jurassic Park time now. Ooh, that's a bad roll. Okay, so I don't fumble on the first attack.
Yeah,
let me
we're at a
make
point
sure I
where
have-
I don't want to call a natural one as something bad on you guys because you're already pretty bad off. The one does miss, though.
Alright. Okay. So does that 15 then just treat that as my second attack?
Yeah,
Alright.
but what is the total?
The total would have been 20 on that claw attack.
The 20 hits, the 13 doesn't.
Okay. Well, here we go. Hold on, let me make sure I got my 10 damage.
If you would flavor that kill.
Ooh, I guess second verse same as the first, I guess.
Well, this is the third now.
Yes, it is. I guess after she hits me, I kind of reel back, but at the same time, I make a long swipe out at her, and, well, there's the wet smack of the claw hitting her neck, and then a second wet smack against the wall of the cave as part of her neck hits the wall.
Seems good. And dead she goes. We
What
are
about the other mongrelmen?
technically still on combat initiative, but this one's still standing where it is. You have a 5-foot step left.
I guess I'm just gonna. Well, I can't. Whoops! I accidentally. Can I climb up onto the wall?
Yeah, you definitely can 5 foot up.
All right. I'm gonna climb up and
Onto that barricade, you mean?
glare down. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. You are capable of scurrying
step
on
up, glaring down at this guy
there. Okay. Let me see. I
with
have...
my best. Come at me, bro gesture.
Okay. And so he will. He clearly doesn't look the best off. Just watch the captain die. There are other things going on. Jeeber in the dungeon. So we're just going to stab on it. Well, not stab. We're going to bump on in with the club. Monitor Lizard, you are dead. Goodbye, Monitor Lizard. Into the mongrel man. I have so many grappled tabs open. Here we go. Plus that. Okay, cool. Rolling in. D20. It does miss. I have been very kind on fumbles for you guys. I will be kind for their fumbles as well. Swings basically just contacts the barricade and does nothing.
All right.
And the second one hears everything that goes on. 10, 15, 20, 25 is going to try to do the same. And an 18 misses you, is that right?
That's right.
All right, fair enough. It passes to you. You have higher ground, which is a +1 on your attack rolls.
All right. Full round attack on the first one that tried to hit me, I guess. Wait, can I even attack from where I'm at?
Yeah, they're technically in the next square forward and down. So you're just like
All right.
leaning down.
All right, here we go.
A 10 does, well, it's an 11, which still misses. 19 hits on the die.
All right. Then
A 12 with the
Does not
+1. A 12, are you adding the +1 from higher ground?
yeah, I am adding
Oh.
the +1.
Oh, fair, then it does miss.
All right, that's fine. All right. Time for my attack. 8 damage.
Does a head go flying because you killed him?
Part of the head, probably.
Oh, wow, Delvin, come back. I deleted the wrong token. Oh, that's
no.
bad. You didn't target Delvin. Did you target Delvin? Fall from grace.
I did not target Delvin.
I gotta find his token. I gotta stand by doing a scroll. There you are. Get back in there. This one goes open. Well, which one did you target, I should say?
I targeted the first one.
Got it.
This one here.
Okay, then op. And poof. Okay. Is there a swift action or move action?
I guess I'll take an action to jump down, I suppose.
Okay.
If I can.
Yep, sure.
Like right
Send
here?
it in. Okay. One final swing, basically. And it misses wild. It's gonna take a move action. It watches its friend die. The odds are now very against it. It swings and bounces off your hide.
My blue scales are crimson at this point.
Covered in the blood of the mongrel and you. It's gonna try to run. It provokes.
Oh, no, we don't. Ah, man. I guess he does.
Oh, yes, he do. Where do I run to? Where's a good hidey hole for me? Kind of nowhere. He's gonna go for this door. That door is busted open. Okay, so it'll pass to you now. Technically, there are other on-initiative things happening you are unaware of, but it passes now to Grazik.
Well, I'm gonna get those healing potions out.
Okay.
I think I have a second one for Delvin. I'm gonna try and feed him that.
Sure.
And then...
So like a move standard, basically.
I'm gonna go through his bag and fish out another one, and pour Kieran up there. I'm gonna try
at the moment, we're at move standard.
Okay.
So you can, as part of a move action, have one of the potions, feed it to Delvin.
Okay. I'll do that. Oh, sorry, I gotta roll for that health.
Now, how much does Lesser Restoration do?
Lesser Restoration heals ability damage.
Oops. Okay, that's not supposed to be 6. That's only supposed to be 4.
So with Delvin at negatives, does 4 bring him back to positive?
4.
D8 plus 1, so it'd be 5.
No, fair. 5 it is then.
No, 5 does not bring me back up to 0.
Okay.
It brings me back to -2.
Got it. This door opens. Well,
I guess another one
again, things are happening. Please wait.
Sorry.
Scurrying down goes this thing, and then it passes to you.
Another one.
Okay.
I haven't been keeping track of how. I think that's 4 I've used already.
This is
4
the
potions.
third.
No, 3rd.
Yeah. Because you used 1 and then 2, both on Delvin when he went down, and this is the 3rd.
Okay.
That was a D6.
Oh, my mistake. Oh, thank goodness.
9.
And I believe that brings Delvin back to positive.
Yeah, that brings me back up to +7.
Okay, fair enough. Then it would pass to Delvin.
Okay.
So, you see Scaly Boy. Razak is just blood from head to toe. Like I said, I'm no longer blue anymore.
More of like a purplish. I know my colors. Red and blue makes purple. Thank you.
You are very messy.
Yeah. Bits of mongrel and lizard like drip from his wrapped in his teeth and around his claws.
Razak will, panting from exhaustion, he says, "You should see other guy."
And as Delvin looks around the room, truly Delvin sees other guy in several places.
Yeah.
Guys,
Indeed.
you're still hurt.
Yeah, I'm
And-
still hurt.
Kira, this tiny thing, needs help. I gesture to poor Kieran, who's been pinned to the wall with an arrow.
Can I get him down without further damage?
Yeah. The pin to the wall is more of a mechanical thing. He's not like,
Oh.
or not a mechanical, excuse me, more of a flavor thing. He is not mechanically pinned. Matter of fact, it's probably safer though for him to be pinned to the wall than be the tiny creature dying on the floor when Delvin falls. So, yeah,
So
you can
he's
get that.
pinned through a wing, but not through his body.
More or less, or like through a part of him that it wants him to. Whoop.
Okay. Well, we pretty much... Okay. Do we have any more healing potions?
We have 6 healing potions for y'all.
Mhm.
Wait, is that including the ones that we got from the chieftain?
That is the ones you got from the chieftain, which have now ticked down.
Okay.
I compiled everything together.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, but did we split those up 2 ways between us, or no?
Yeah, we split them up.
hmm
Okay.
I'm
But
just
even
looking-
then, you're at a point where like you can pull them out of someone's inventory.
But I just used up one of those potions I already had on me, and
Mhm.
so now we're down to 4 potions.
Okay, so if you used one that was on yourself, then we have 7 potions.
Well, then I used a total of 3 now.
Okay.
Right. We started with 9.
Oh, 9?
Yeah. Every time you've
Okay.
used a potion, I've taken it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quartermaster's got it.
All right, my mistake.
I've been dead for most of the fight. I've had nothing else to do but quartermaster.
Quartermastery is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, well... hmm.
So is everyone conscious now, or?
No, you have not used a potion or rolled for Kieran.
Oh.
Yeah.
And technically, it's on Delvin. Initiative is still ticking. There are still, as
Okay.
you guys know, there's still hostiles.
Yeah. I'll feed a potion to Kieran.
Okay.
Do the barricades look like they're movable at all right now? Or are they just like walls that are stacked up?
You could spend some time tearing them apart. It would certainly make noise, though.
Okay.
And to
It's not like we haven't already made noise.
speed things along, 8 damage back to Kieran.
Okay. Is that enough to put you back to...
Yeah, because...
He used his hero point. He was at 0.
Okay.
Oh, it's at 0?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it passes to Kieran.
Okay.
Okay, so
Through that doorway, what else does it look like is in there?
It looks like a perception on your initiative count. At the moment, it's Kieran's turn.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so that went down to 6. I used my own Cure Light Wounds. So that's plus 2.
Okay.
Heal 5 more. Alright.
If that's all from Kieran, initiative's weird now. Passes to Grazik.
I'm actually still pretty hurt myself. I'm only sitting on 6 points, but I'll wait for you guys to heal up yourselves, but I also might need 1 more potion.
I would say take one now.
Okay. I just want to make sure that you guys are okay first, though.
I only have 19 hit points, so...
Okay.
The sad thing is you have more than I do.
Yeah. Probably not at the moment, though. Oh. I only have 8 now.
Okay. Grazik has used a standard action.
Yes, I have.
Are you healing additional for those?
I mean, I don't have any other means of healing.
Faye family.
Oh, yeah, well... Okay, so technically I'm at 10 now.
Okay.
But, I mean... That's all I can do right now, really.
Okay. You had talked about what's in the room. It is your turn. A 3-action perception
yeah.
check would happen now.
Yeah, could I do... Yeah, I'll do that actually, too.
Okay. Okay. So that's a thing that happened to you. Let me doing a scroll. So as you move up to the door, the smell of gross bodies and frankly gore now, as well as cooked meat, hang in the air. There are immediately in front of you, as you see on the board, several bedrolls piled up with coarse blankets and furs and things surrounding a fire pit. There are hides, not unlike what Grazik would recognize from home, basically, all around the walls, painted with crude scenes of strange-looking humanoids, the mongrels, you assume, hunting gigantic rats, gigantic spiders. Again, it's probably, ironically, very homey for old Grazik.
Probably a little bit.
The door here is busted open. And when I say door, it's more like here's a wooden screen-esque thing that has been in the middle to make a door. On that side, there's hooks hanging from the ceiling with cured slabs of meat kind of just swinging around. In the corner, there is that the edge of the dancing lights, a little bit of offal, which you assume must have come from that lizard, as the door is not open so much as it has been burst through, as something charged through it when it heard the sounds of angry. I do feel like that natural play deserves some kind of rewarding.
Something's probably in there then, hiding.
You can hear there's a door here. It's closed. But you can see the shadows of what you assume must be the cultists being cast under it. There's also another door here which hangs open.
The one at the bottom right, you mean?
Yeah, where that mongrel ran to. Doing a scroll, hang on. Okay, so there was... Through that entryway there... That's stage 4, gotcha. Well, bam! Stone chairs that look surprisingly stout surround a bigger block of stone, which certainly must be a table. Atop it, there are busted clay jugs, bits of what must be some kind of improvised crappy dice. Pillows resting on the chairs, a bowl with coals hangs from the ceiling. So there's a little bit of light coming actually from here, which then illuminates in the corner there is a hole in the ground. You can see the light kind of cast into it.
A hole where?
In the
kitchen?
Right here. I'm sorry, I tried to ping it right here.
Oh, alright. Well, that's all well and good, but since we're all still kind of beat up, I won't risk touching any of those things just yet.
Okay. With the rest of the perception check, the mongrels, of which there are 3 dead, are all carrying what look pretty disheveled but function more or less as clubs. What must have been the leader has a bow and club, and I think is that all you have? No, she has quite a bit of stuff on her.
Oh.
As you begin looking up and down her body, she has... The first thing you come upon is 2 potions of Cure Light Wounds at caster level first.
Ching ching.
She has what must be a wand. We don't have to shoehorn it. It's a wand of Long Strider with 10 charges, as Delvin is able to identify it. The chain shirt she wears is pretty nice, mechanically, it being a masterwork chain shirt. She has a masterwork. I actually rolled the damage for her club instead of damage for her bow, so I'm going to call it a masterwork short bow with 20 arrows, as well as hanging from her neck as you like rifle through. It kind of like flops over the chainmail. Made out of obsidian, kind of chipped, yet somehow still pristine, a unholy symbol of Baphomet.
I'm going to
And about
take
34
that
gold.
symbol and just crush it.
Okay.
Actually, it's obsidian, so it's probably going to hurt my hand, so I'm just going to throw it on the ground and just step on it, I guess.
And so it was.
That's unfortunate.
What was that club that she had?
Just a
Was it
club.
just a regular club?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Just D6, 20 times 2.
alright. Does anyone mind if I take those Cure Light Wound Potions?
No, but we need to stop whatever they're doing. And if memory serves, we have an alchemist fire among our...
2 of them, in fact.
That is true.
We can't use them if we're corpses, though. And some of us are still pretty hurt.
I know, but I'm pretty sure they're doing some sort of ritual now. Otherwise, they would be out here killing us. So that means whatever they're trying to get will be better at killing us.
Well, alright. I think I have an idea then. I assume that they're hunkering in, but maybe we can try and smoke them out.
The answer to that question would be behind a sense motive check. And since we're moving a little faster at this point, we're basically off initiative, but things are happening.
Alright. Okay.
So Grazik
18 plus.
definitely saw the 18 is more than enough. They weren't being secret about it. With the fight turned against you guys, the humanoid, well, I shouldn't say that, the non-mongrels, rather.
The cultists.
The cultists left. The cultists saw there was a fight, and whoo, exciting. But then everything kind of went to boring, and so they left. It was all cleaned up, and they would rather let what they see, the lesser species, most likely, that being the mongrels, kind of just clean the mess up. Does that mean that doesn't necessarily mean they've left their guard down, but it was more like the fight is beneath them, let the trash take care of it.
Figures.
They are certainly
Alright.
behind that door. That door being the northernmost one.
How long would it take them to gather up? I'm assuming that all the bedrolls out there are like made of like rags and straw, right?
They are hides mostly,
Oh.
like rat hides.
Anything exceptionally flammable in there?
Not really.
Okay. I was gonna suggest if we had enough flammable junk for kindling, maybe clump it together with an alchemist fire, toss it in the room, and smoke them out or something like that. If
Not the
that's
worst
something
thought.
that would have been doable.
You could certainly try. It's like there is no, as you look up through the dancing lights, there's no clear ventilation. But like, it's also hard to say because you know this does lead up at some point.
Right. What do you guys suggest?
I say y'all should get to a point where you're happy with your hit points. And then we walk in.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay then. In that case, I'm going to down those 2 health potions.
Okay. And how many left do we have after that?
One at a time, please.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Right.
like
Sure.
downing 2 may be in excess.
Yeah, it might be.
Again, it's a D8.
Okay. I don't know why I always forget. Alright, so
That's 9.
So that brings me up from a 6 to 16. So I'm at 16 health now.
Okay.
Okay.
Just to give a rough percentage, or yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit over half. Hello?
Yep, still here.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take one, if I may.
Yeah. That's just 3.
Just 3 indeed.
Well, that takes me up to 10 of 17. Sorry, 10 of 18.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to do now? Or
You want one more?
It would be nice if we have it to spare.
Yeah, we've got 6 still. So. Okay, so that's 5 more for you.
Okay. 15 of 18 I can live with.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm at 16 of 24, actually. But
Yeah, it would make sense for you to grab another, I think.
You're
if you guys are okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Alright, so now that brings me up to 20 total.
Okay.
Should be more than that. That's plus 5. You should be at 21.
Okay. Never mind then. Ugh.
Okay.
What time is it right now?
It is 5:06. We can keep going for a little while. Not for too terribly long, but we will
next
go
question.
until either a present issue at hand is dealt with or you guys retreat.
Okay. Enough.
Can I get through the opening?
Yes, but you're squeezing. It
Okay.
looks smaller than medium, but mechanically speaking, it's a door for a medium creature. It's just like you're flat-footed and taking a neg and moving at half speed to like through.
First off, this glaive thing is stupid. Gonna use my own sword from here on out.
Okay.
And, when we're ready, let's go through and I'll keep my stone shape to cut a bigger door into where we know they were last.
Okay, understood. So you guys can move off initiative at this point.
Okay.
Grazik knows they are through the northern door.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll go get my stones that I did throw.
Gotcha.
And Cat will come out to play.
Meow. Let me grab her. Him, it, that, shabam, kitty.
Yay, kitty cat.
Just moving him out of the way.
Gotcha.
You guys want me to take point on this one? Like, lead
Yeah.
from front, or?
It's probably going to be Grazik, you two, then me getting in as quick as I can.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you should probably try and go for get the cultists first.
Okay. Is Grazik
Yes.
trying to be quiet at all?
I would probably prefer to try and do that, yeah.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Will I be any good at it? Probably not.
Let the d20 decide. Okay. What's the total?
Technically, that takes a -2 because I am wearing armor.
Gotcha. So 14 is what it is?
Yep.
Okay. Looking for my skills, looking for my skills. I play too many games. Okay, bless that. Boom. Okay. As you move in, the shadows of the cultists, you see them move away from the door.
I forgot. Is the door open or no?
The door is closed.
Okay.
This door down here is open, this door here is open, but this door is
All right.
closed.
Is anybody following up behind me, or?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Right.
Kieran would need to make a stealth check as well, so would Missile Kitty. Little tiny kitty. Kieran now has a +4 on his stealth because Kieran has a cat. Okay.
And Kitty. Kitty is this, so that is that. Go die.
Duly noted. And now Delvin.
Cast shield.
Okay. So you see, one thing I should say is, as these guys are moving in quietly, Delvin does know that to cast a spell, he will need to speak in a loud and clear voice to fill the somatic component, which is going to echo. There's no way to cast that spell and not be heard.
Shoot.
No.
Yeah, I'll try to work. Who knows? Maybe I can do it somewhat quietly. I'll move in.
Okay. Stealth check if you... Well, before you commit to it, let me tell you what the neg would be. Because you are definitely going to have to squeeze on through there. So to squeeze through something, you are... Oh, well, okay. It's just a -4 in attack rolls and AC, not to your dex or your ability to roll stealth. Neat. Okay, cool.
Okay, stealth, I would have a... might as well put it on here.
Do it.
Woohoo!
So as Delvin
4.
comes through the door, Delvin does make enough noise. The sound of his armor scraping is, as the rest of you are trying to be as silent as the grave moving through here, it echoes across the place. The shadow of the cultists moves to the door again.
Can I ready an action to throw a javelin?
Yep, by all means.
Just have it.
Delvin, where does Delvin resolve on the board?
Okay, if I can. Is that too far?
That's fine. You can move there. They don't do anything. They just, they move to the door and lower their weapons. And how to proceed, gentlemen?
Pardon me? We have 3 large pepperonis for cultists?
You would know intrinsically as a paladin of Absurd that the cultists of Baphomet are not good tippers.
In Undercommon, I'll be like, can we come in? We kick their butts. We'd like some healing, please.
Okay. They do not respond.
I will motion to let them know I'm getting ready to make myself a door big enough to go in.
Okay. Can all 3 of you make a perception check for me really quickly?
Sure.
Absolutely.
No.
No, you can't.
Ooh, I can.
Grazik, on the other hand, is real good at stuff.
Nothing gets past these eyes.
Perception.
Oh no.
Okay.
The the balancing of that is that I'm terrible at stealth, so people can also see me.
Yeah, if you can see them, they can see you. That's fair. Even, I think, actually, hang on. Okay, so only Grazik hears this, and this is where we're going to call it for today. As you guys move into the room and move in the direction of that door, there is a skittering, scraping sort of sound coming from the hole. You have a 24, so by the time you look over, the mongrel who retreated has come back up. There are 2 behind him. And hopefully, in 2 weeks, Tim makes it, because that is where we're calling it for today. Hashtag cliffhanger. Thank you guys for watching. RNG is mean sometimes. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Wrath of the Righteous. Good luck, everyone. Say bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
That was intense.